for it, but look for zebras. Okay. But there are other things, including, we mentioned the blessing above the door.
That's very cool.
Very cool.
We should bring that back.
And then there was something that we all thought looked like a swastika.
Okay.
On a corner tile. Now, let me tell you that it looks similar to that, but that was added to the floor before the Nazi Party
even existed.
Used this symbol, because that originally,
it was
that
original
swastika
design.
Was a symbol of good luck.
It was from some American Indian tribes, and
I don't know
they
about
used
that.
But also upstairs in that upstairs bathroom, if you go up there, there's this sort of iridescent tile. And what we know about the tiles is they're all going the same direction except one.
Are we on
If
the
you
air?
find the one,
That's
it's
cool.
supposed to be good luck.
See, there's all these little things, these little nuggets that you can take a look at and really learn the history about this house, which is why I know a lot of people come. We also want to just see big houses.
You'll have to see the new parts and the old parts. So what we do know is that the kitchen has been completely gutted. And I have never seen a green refrigerator like this. And they said that the color is martini.
Martini green?
Martini green. And I said, okay, it works for me.
either.
But the view, there's a huge swimming pool in the back, and the views from all the back windows are just focused on that. It's a gorgeous little house.
Studies show that if your refrigerator and your other appliances are green, that you will actually eat 5% less over a year.
Huh.
Oh, is that right?
That is a great tip.
Yep.
Well, that is interesting, Patrick.
And because if you think about
Avocado. And what was the blue? Regency blue.
Yeah, but that
Those were the
avocado, man, it was hot, hot, hot.
It was hot, hot, hot.
It'd gag a maggot now.
And a lot of
coming
things
back.
have come back.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's not coming back.
When
That's not
people
coming
would
back.
would call the show and they would go, "Hey, I have green tile in my bathroom. I want to paint it.
Yeah, okay,
I
so it
want
was
to paint
built.
it."
We already know it was built in the 50s.
Yeah, so I'm always like, "Hey, you know what? Don't. That color is coming back. No matter what color, it's like, hey, that color is
Yeah.
coming back.
Yep.
Don't paint that.
Now,
It's coming back. You're going to be."
Yeah.
There's a purple tile floor on the second floor, and there was a tile floor above that, and they were going to tear it all out and put down new tile floor. And they saw this beautiful, hexagon-type purple tiles, and they said, let's keep it. And
Yeah.
they decorated around it. It's really cool.
We have our home built in the 70s, and the one room that we have not touched is the bathroom, one of the bathrooms that still has the smoky mirrors.
Oh, no
around
way.
the tub.
Does it have the gold in it, too?
And the gold coming through it, kind of
Oh, no.
trickling down. And I attempted at one time, somebody just said, oh, you know what, just take a crowbar and just pull that stuff off. And I attempted that, and David was like, whoa, what's going on here? And I said, I want this stuff off of here. And he's like, well, we should have that professionally done, perhaps, because that could take down the whole side of the wall.
So how long have you been in the house?
We've been in the house since 2002.
Okay.
2002. That's the one we've had kitchen, everything.
So
else
that's not
through
bad.
that.
It's only been 23 years.
Right. And
I mean,
I've
you can't
lived
get
with
to
it.
everything.
And it makes me look better. Because it's right around the tub.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when I stand up, I'm like, that's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking kind of good.
Smoky
Yeah.
mirrors and
You know what?
with gold
I'm
dripping through it.
kind of looking forward to Naked Gardening Day this year.
See? Next weekend.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway,
Man,
I
I
know
hope
we
it's
need to
warm.
attempt to get that done before we'd ever move out of there and have that redone. But
I'm almost afraid to tell
That
you
seems
this
like a
because
big project.
Allison will tell me I got a sick mind, but you're welcome to come out to the farm. We've got tractors and stuff you can drive around on, and they don't, you can do it. Go for it. I'll even set up the bush hog and let you,
Ooh, don't
go
say
after the hay field.
That's not the equipment you wanted to mention right there.
anyway,
Green Acres.
so
Okay.
Yeah, that
Up
song
in the Weeds
is over.
coming up, right? Or what do you call it? In the Weeds. Up
In the Weeds, yeah.
No, in the weeds this week.
Oh no, in the
What?
Weeds.
No,
this
because
week?
we've got an
many
interview with Josh.
Oh,
People
I didn't
look
know.
forward.
I didn't know what the plan
You
was.
know what, though? Here's
Nobody
the thing.
reads anything.
Here's the thing. Josh,
See what I tell you, Denny?
I'm
Josh
sorry,
is
Allison.
a
I know you've
landscaper.
tried, but gee,
Josh is a landscaper, so he's been in the weeds a time or
Sure
two.
has.
That's true.
So
Sure
we
has.
got that going for us. So is this Mother's Day weekend?
No.
No.
You've got 2 weeks.
Yeah, you got a couple weeks.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Don't panic, people.
Oh, she's,
I think
he's
we'll
thinking
actually
money,
be at
money,
your.
money.
We'll be at your store
Yes.
for Mother's Day weekend.
You know what? I
Really?
did looked into the mini half marathon mini marathon.
No.
It starts at Military Park, so
It's
it
to
should.
west
It
of
doesn't.
us.
Yeah, it doesn't affect us down
Yeah.
at the station.
What's the marathon that really?
That's the monumental.
Yeah, that
That's the one that
I'm gonna
we'll
take
be
the
at our
day
store.
off.
Yeah, no, we're going to be at the store.
No, I'll take the day off.
But it is this one kind of keeps away from Monument Circle. Used to
Right.
start in that area, but they've moved it west.
Yeah, because I almost bought the remote, and then Griff looked it up. He goes, "This really doesn't affect," and it's like, "Oh yeah,"
I think
because
they moved it.
Denny kind of threw one. I thought, well, I'll just buy the remote and we'll just be at the store, and then so I almost spent like a couple grand because you don't read anything.
I mean,
I
it's
love
right
that.
there, especially.
You see what I go through,
Right?
Josh.
I mean, this isn't something
This is
new.
a smart ass
No.
helper
No.
that you hired to just move mulch, and this is what I get. Yeah.
239-9390. Are we taking calls today? Do we have a screener?
Ethan can just tell you.
Let me
he's on
look
the
at
phone.
Cam here.
We're streaming on the YouTube, so
That's
that's
bad.
Oh,
what we're,
I didn't even
so if
see
you go
that.
to-
I see that.
Hi,
Great.
everybody.
I know. I keep forgetting. I keep turning my back to
Oh.
everybody.
Yeah, let's go this way.
Shoot, I did not know. I'm
But yeah,
out
if you go on YouTube, search WIBC, you can watch us
So,
live if
Cam,
you want.
so Cam, what you're saying is we're going old school.
So, yeah,
no.
Ethan will let us know if we have calls. But we also have a lot of guests today too.
Oh, we do?
We have some designers, the landscape. We have Josh coming up. It'll be a good show, regardless of our first two segments.
You know
we
what?
did.
I'm looking forward to it here on 40th and
46th
50,
or 56th.
57th.
56, 50,
We'll see it.
56, 76.
It is
North
literally
Penn.
within 3 foot of your nose, and you don't even look at it.
You know what?
Gosh.
I don't want to hog the conversation, so I was leading.
Oh, my God.
I was leading my co-hosts, and then they couldn't. They just tripped all over.
Why don't you just take a break?
Joining-
Oh,
joining
no.
us-
We got to take Michaelis, and he has no
Joining us
idea
on
who
the
it is.
program from the Michaelis Corporation is
Zach Terry.
Zach Terry.
Yay!
This is Sammy Terry's grandson.
That's cool.
I'm here to defend Denny Smith. I'm here for him.
God, thank you, Zach.
All right, go ahead. It should be a.
Even
late.
Allison was taking shots today.
That's only going to last like 15 seconds.
Oh, I mean, that's a record, right?
So Michaelis is. This is one of the wettest Aprils on record.
9th wettest.
9th.
Yeah. And it's not over
Yeah,
yet.
And it's not
it
over.
has been wild so far. It has been crazy months. Crazy past 2 months, actually.
So how are you guys holding up? I mean, is it you're working through? So you're kind of in the recovery state or part now. You got the emergency, and then the restoration part.
And then the recovery, yeah, and then the put back if we had to remove anything or any other RR side of the jobs, we've been doing those. But we've also just been slowly just getting calls every day still for issues that are from the rain, wet basements and whatnot. So we're still getting those phone calls, even though we just got slammed with the surge from the storms and whatnot.
Sure. Yeah, surge. Let's say that kind of works with
So we're
water.
sort of fighting a delay, Zach, but when people call in, what can they expect at this point? If they just now have discovered that they've got a mess, maybe back from vacation, spring break or whatever, how long of what should we tell them to expect when they call in Michaelis?
Well, when we get phone calls or any kind of leads, let's say you do an internet lead as well from the website, we try to make contact within that hour, maybe 30 minutes of figuring out the situation, what's going on, whether that's the EMS team or if it's something that is not an emergency. Because if it's something emergency, we want to do it ASAP. But when it's something that is, hey, it's already damaged, there's stuff here already. Like if you have a wet basement and you come back from a vacation, you're more than likely dealing with mold at that point. So the damage has already kind of started. So then we can be like, okay, well, we'll put you on schedule. We'll get an estimator out there, and then we'll get you the quote, and then get you on schedule to get the work completed. So it just depends on the situation. But if it's emergency, give us a call. We'll get out there and get it taken care of.
Well, good luck to you, Zach. We hope that you kind of make it through. And I know you guys will. You always do. It's the Michaelis Corporation, the number 844-FIX-INDY. That's 844-FIX-INDY. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, your American Standard air dealer in Hendricks County.
In the construction business and can't find what you need? Quality Supply and Tool has served Hoosiers for over a quarter of a century. Tom Hawk is the branch manager of the Indy location on South Harding Street.
We've always been big on keeping our shelves fully stocked of inventory of industrial grade tools.
Sullivan, Danny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons. Cam is our field engineer.
Oh,
Got the promotion team over there. I can't tell who's over there.
We all
Kendall and
thought it
Chris.
was going to be warm today, and here it is.
Chris and
40
Kendall?
degrees. Chris and Kendall.
Oh, Hammerskid. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. We are here at the 74th, 64th
64th.
annual
Yep.
St. Margaret's Guild Decorator Show House and Gardens.
That's it. Right here.
And we're focusing on gardens right now because our guest, we had him on last year, is Josh Springer from Indianapolis Landscape and Maintenance Services. That's kind of a long name too, Terry.
Property pros. Property pros.
Property
Property
pros.
pros.
So why does it say this here?
That's because we offer Indianapolis Landscape and Maintenance Services.
It looks
Josh, you got to be proud that this is the first thing he's read all morning.
Josh,
and he got it wrong. I am just so.
Josh,
I am. Look, here. I
Josh,
got the website.
Josh,
pulled up
why
for
wouldn't
you.
this whole thing here is like, look, the Property Pros is like in the fourth line, not highlighted or anything. It's like,
Josh, it's beautiful space back there. It's a backyard swing, and it's got a hanging basket type chair that like Sullivan sells, in their patio furniture, and it's beautiful stuff.
You guys sell those?
Yeah.
Are you?
Have you been looking all over for him?
Oh, my gosh. So, literally, the one we originally ordered is
Yeah.
still in the mail. It says.
yeah,
So
coulda-
where'd you- did you
coulda bought
borrow
that
that from the
local,
neighbor?
Josh.
I tried to buy local, but I had to drive to Farmland, Indiana to buy it off somebody from Facebook Marketplace.
Pat, it's the one type of furniture that Pat does not advertise ever. But it's a hanging chair, and they're little egg shape.
I know,
and they're
man.
really comfortable.
They're egg chairs.
They literally have the greatest patio furniture there.
Yeah.
I know because we send a lot of our clients.
He puts it back there by
That's
the
okay,
fertilizer
Josh, you don't have
tank
to
where he
back.
fertilizes
All right,
everything.
let's talk more about Josh.
What about him?
Well,
About like what he's been doing, that kind
Yeah.
of thing?
I noticed
going
some
on?
gray hair coming in the beard, buddy. You've earned it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's spring. I'll just say that.
all right, tell us about this project.
So this is actually a client of ours' home. So we've been on the property before. So
this was easy
yeah, there wasn't a lot to do because we
because you'd already done it.
already property pro'd it.
Well played, Josh. Well
Gotcha.
played. Yeah.
No, there was a large play set that the homeowner had a lot of children and a huge play set, like something custom, like a pirate ship. And
Wow.
it probably wasn't a pirate ship.
Is it
but
gone?
It's gone. We took it down.
What'd you do with it?
Set it on fire.
We did. We tried to donate it. It just really wasn't in the best shape. So it got a lot of love, a lot of use, and we said, all right, let's revamp the area. But we still wanted to have a place for the kids to come back. They enjoyed swinging, so we said, okay, we'll build an area, and the adult kids can still come back, swing.
What a great place to sit and read, listen to a podcast, whatever. But it's just so peaceful back there. It's back there by, what do they call that house? The lawnmower shed? That lawnmower shed is a beautiful structure.
I don't think they
I
call
don't think
it.
it's a
No,
lawnmower shit. I think it's like the pool house.
they call it the
Pool
ark.
house
They
pool.
call it the ark. They refer to
No,
it
they
as the ark.
don't.
No.
No, they
That
don't.
not it? Okay.
No, they don't.
Okay. All right. Fine.
This is what happens when we give him a microphone. I'm sorry. He's a wallflower most of his life.
He
Did
sounds-
you,
On Saturdays, he comes alive, Josh.
Well, probably because of this great coffee.
The
That's great.
landscaping, when obviously in anyone's home, the first thing you're going to see is the front yard and everything. And for this front area here, did you do anything that needed to be done? Add anything?
So I just gave recommendations. I didn't do anything.
You really didn't put your hands in the dirt?
Hey,
I did. Over
Terry, I
that
feel
right
like
there, that
Josh.
one bed right
I feel
there.
like I'm looking at Josh, and he kind of almost like he's looking at it the first time. He must have really good people. Like he's looking, he's going.
His responsibility was the backyard, and you're asking him questions about the front yard.
No,
Oh.
but the front is so important, and so I'm on the design board, which doesn't really mean much if you're a landscaper. You just still show up and
The ladies take over.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
exactly.
They're way smarter than we are. So I don't want to hog the front. I love the front, but I don't want to hog the front. So Mr. Green Jean.
That's what
Oh,
I was getting
Mr.
to.
Green
So there's
Jean.
somebody's named Mr. Green Jeans. This is not the Mr. Green Jeans that got in trouble on television with Captain Kangaroo, is it?
Correct.
Okay.
That is yes.
Okay.
Completely separate guy.
Is he the guy that designed the third floor children's room?
Oh,
No
you
comment.
stop.
No comment on that.
Yeah, good.
Have you seen the? Not to go inside the house, but have you seen the? We're going to. Have you seen like the small like panda psychedelic room? Have you seen that like with the tiger carpet?
Oh.
Yes.
I call that like the
They have more
Don't say it, Josh.
accoutrements.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. But
They
we
have
think
more
we know what
things
you're
in
going
that
to
little
say.
room than you've ever seen in your life. They say it got the
No,
award
it's-
for the most decorations in one room.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's very unique.
I would be there.
Yeah,
That's
I've not
where I
seen
would-
another room like that.
Josh, you might try the purple bathtub upstairs. It's pretty unique.
Well, I thought it was just purple because I was drinking wine when I was going through the first time. But,
Josh Springer
Now, Josh
from
was,
Property Pros.
Josh
is
was
a
with
unique
me.
interview. I will say this.
He was with me at the pre-show for the important people.
Yeah.
The one that Denny was invited.
Oh,
So
we got first place. We got the Key Award for that.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And if you helped pay people off so that I won that, I appreciate that.
what's the award?
It's the Key Award, so it's like the key sponsorship. They're not sponsorship. It's like the key position award.
A key
Key position
award.
of what?
of the
What does
house?
the Key Award mean?
Decorator show house?
It's a key area. Like
Yeah,
it's
the key
Oh,
area.
okay.
Yeah, a
And
lot of
you got
time-
the best award?
I got for landscape.
Yeah.
Pat looks like a
lot of
glazed over
times
priest who
they
just
call
baptized the
it-
wrong baby. Okay, he
They
has
call
no
it the
idea.
ARC Award.
No, they
It's
don't.
like
No, they really
it's like-
don't.
It's like the
He'll
Nobel
get the-
Prize,
you know,
basically.
he'll say, "I've received the ARC, and now I take it
That's
home."
not true.
No, I think it
Oh,
is.
Lord.
What did you? The key award. He's getting some instructions now.
Yeah, you know what?
Instructions.
Someone
So
that
congratulations on the key award.
Thank you.
okay. So Josh, we need to promote this home more because we're really doing nothing
Yeah.
to bring people out.
Well, it's at 5676 North Pennsylvania Street.
Right.
Did you just wake up? You're on your fourth cup of coffee. I thought you'd be awake by now.
I mean, well, I'm a landscaper, and I have the worst allergies right now. And everybody's like, "What's wrong with your eyes?" And, you know, it's allergies.
Do you have
And they're
just
like,
do you have just spring allergies, or
Yeah.
is it the whole just spring?
It's 2 weeks, and they're like, "You're in the wrong industry."
You
Rose
could
You really
fever.
are. You're
Well, kind of pot committed here.
Okay, so we're going back to the house here, and the house is open at what time is the house open
10
today,
o'clock.
Josh? 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 a.m. to 6.
It's $40 at the door, and that's what we recommend. You can get $35 online tickets, but we don't recommend that
Why?
because there's a virus on that
it's- no.
website.
Oh, no,
Josh, it's a charity. We want to get everybody to give $5 more.
Oh,
okay.
You don't
It's the
follow
whole
along
idea.
very well, do you, Josh?
Hey.
You know what? He is perfect for the show.
He really is.
Wait a minute,
He
his-
literally could like co-host
I mean,
this
he's
thing.
really
His
he's
gummy
right
just
Yeah.
kicked in. That's the problem. The gummy just kicked in.
Hey, I am in the green industry.
Yeah.
You really are. You really are. And by the way, isn't this Earth Week? This is Earth Week. Today
Yes,
they're giving away
yes.
trees all over the city.
Really?
Yeah, you can find I think at WIBC.com you can find a list of where they're giving away saplings all over the city today. Arbor Day was yesterday. Do you love the arbor?
Yes. But here's what I'll tell you though, is if you get a whole bunch of these trees, if you go get these saplings,
Yeah.
you got to think where you're putting those
'Cause they
they're
get big.
They're small, and people are all the time like,
They plant them real close to the house.
"Yeah,
They-
my daughter got this, and we thought it was a good idea to plant. It was a great thing, and bam."
You know that I got a stick in 2002, and I planted that stick, and now I bet it's 15 feet high, and it's a beautiful pine tree.
And it's
the
rubbing
most
up against the
beautiful
shingles.
thing. And when you grow something from a stick,
It has value.
it gives you
means
so much.
something.
That tree is like a family member. I worry about it in storms. I mean, it's like
Okay.
we grew this
You need therapy. It's just a tree. All right.
that I grew from a stick.
Hey, it turns out that we're over our break.
Oh.
So, anyways, Josh, it's good to see you again.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Great
having
work.
me. Thank you.
Congratulations on the Key Award.
Thank you.
The ARC.
The Nobel Prize.
Cherish it. Love it.
not to make fun of you, but the
It'll become
naproxen's in
part of the
garage.
family. Hey, we're coming right
I understand
back
it helps
with
allergies,
more
too.
from this year's Decorator Showhouse and Gardens right here on Pennsylvania Street. Opens at 10 o'clock. 93 WIBC.
Tony Katz.
Why is there only 3 bourbons? Why isn't it 100 bourbons in 100 days?
Because you're not paying for it.
All right, that's still good, though.
That is Tara Hastings bringing you 100 bourbons.
I trust you.
Well, thank you for that ringing endorsement.
You're good enough, you're strong enough, And gosh darn it, people like you.
If that is not in a WIBC promo by the end of the day, David Wood, program director, I'm firing everybody. I have no authority to fire anybody, but I'm doing it.
Tony Katz, mornings 6 to 9 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
You know, spring's a great, great time to have people over to the house, whether it's basketball, whether it's golf. Allison seems to have done a better tour than I did because she saw zebra rugs where I didn't see zebra rugs.
Yeah, I like to go by myself because you just end up pointing out plumbing fixtures.
Yeah,
I like to
fair.
look more at the paint.
That's a fair comment.
And I like to actually look at the decorations.
Now, I will say, Kat Mims gave me the tour, and she's a head designer. She really took me around and showed me everything, especially the plumbing fixtures. So I'm a lucky man.
But yeah, I think during break, I'm going to go to the backyard next. Because I believe Allisonville Home and Garden, we were kind of in charge of that.
Did.
Right?
David won an award.
Part of it. I think we
David did
shared
part of
it or something.
Yeah.
That's right off the kitchen. If you go through the kitchen, step down through the kitchen, go right into David's area.
Oh, so it's in the back of the house, outside?
It's gorgeous.
And then
Backyard.
Jenny Grief from our Keystone did the pots, including the pots on the front porch.
She does such a good job.
She does a great job.
And she wanted us to know she did not do the pots in certain areas, but you can tell hers by the great big ones, and she's got the thriller, the filler, the spiller.
Now, here's the funny thing. David, the decorator, said, now listen, I don't want in his area any colorful, it was very,
monochrome?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So no color. And then Jenny goes, I get there, and out front there's color galore, because she wanted a little color in the pots, but she has to go by what David Strohmeyer says.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's a designer for you, too.
Yeah.
They have a vision, but then, they get inspired, which is what it's all about.
Yep. So we're going to be here till 1 o'clock.
We will be.
I think we can take your calls at 239-9393 as well, because I know a lot of people have questions about the garden. Even though it's a little soft today as far as the weather, there certainly has been no fear of frost, not even close to frosty temperatures. So we're well past the freeze-free date, which is around the 20th of April, and shooting towards the May 10th, which is frost-free date in central Indiana.
Can't come soon enough.
So generally what we do, what I always recommend is when we get to the first, even though, a lot of the weather people say, we don't see any frosty temperatures. But you know what? Frosty temperatures can last well past the frost-free date, too.
As we know.
As we know.
But it doesn't mean you
May
can't.
19th, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
27 degrees.
27 degrees. The farmers are up. They're plowing right now, but they're not planting. They're getting their anhydrous ammonia injected into the soil, but they're smart enough to know that Mother Nature can spank you. So
anyways, what I would do is you look at that forecast on May 1st, look at the 10-day, and kind of see what you see, and then you go for it. But I will say, Brian Wilkes, Fox 59, said, I was watching, must have been the 10 o'clock, and he goes, I've studied this stuff. I've studied it. And he goes, I'm kind of a Mother's Day planter, but it looks good to me.
A direct quote.
Looks good to me. This is a true story. So he said that. He goes, I think it's really fine to plant right now. And so I sent him a text that you drink free at my place, my man.
You're an honorary Sullivan after that.
Yeah, that's right. All right. The show home is opening here on Pennsylvania Street. Come on by. We are coming right back. Hour number 2 right here on 93 WIBC.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC.
You like my 95-year-old mother, John.
No.
Just move the thermostat back to heat.
You can be bi. You can go back and forth.
I don't want to
commitment
compromise
necessary.
the system because the system is now thinking about cool and comfortable, not warm and comfortable, and I can't mix. That's
John,
like,
change that
crossing
thermostat. You can
streams
change
right
that
there a little
thermostat whenever you want. If you like it in the day, you want to be cool, and at night you want it to be hot. You can do that, son. Okay,
John,
You
that
guys-
system is a lot more sophisticated than me or you. It knows what it's doing.
You guys are such a valuable resource. I had no idea. I just have lived with it. I've lived
Well,
with
John-
35 degrees in the house.
Crazy.
John, you're giving men a bad name.
He's acting like he's in a factory with a boiler or something. And I got the boiler going.
I can't put her in reverse now, Skipper.
Really pushing one button to go up and down.
Oh my God.
Wow.
God, John, you're really dumber than a bag of hammers
don't
about
say
this.
that.
So
No, we don't say dumb. We don't say dumb.
We don't. Okay, John, you're just ignorant.
Misinformed. No, we don't.
Uneducated.
No.
Yeah.
No,
He's
no.
a man. I'm going to take
No.
his man card away if
No.
he can't run a
He
thermostat.
just got some
Kenny,
bad
it's not my
information.
It's not my lack of manliness. I'm just ignorant.
You're just ignorant. Just flip it back over to heat, brother. Okay. You've
right.
got my number. Call me anytime. I'll coach you through it with FaceTime.
All right, John, give us a recap of how you think what's going on with the Pacers.
I will, but let me give you a quick quote from the Andrew Griffith show, okay? Ernest T. Bass. Well, remember that Andy was trying to teach Ernest T. Bass some school? He was getting him schooling.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And Ernest T. said, thank you for helping me. I'm no account. And Andy responds with, Ernest T., you're not no account. You're just ignorant. And Ernest T. responds with, you're just being nice. You don't remember that moment?
There are a lot of lessons with that show, were there not?
Many.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
All right, so the Pacers, we all enjoyed the Pacer game last night a whole bunch. We would have loved to have that 3-0 lead because no one has ever lost after leading 3-0 in the first round, I believe.
Well, the third quarter and the fourth quarter was a mess. It was weird last night because they had a 10-point advantage at the break, and it hadn't been a great game, but they really had Milwaukee in a good spot to go up 3-0 if you were to come out of the half and played well. But immediately they lost that lead, and it was weird. It was kind of like the stuff that they were doing, they stopped doing, and then both the offense went away and the defense went away. They like Gary Trent Jr. is a guy I talked about with you guys and on my show about being a difference maker off the bench. He had 37 last night. It was really the only outside of Giannis legitimate threat Milwaukee had offensively, and the Pacers let him go wild. Listen, you would expect that from Milwaukee, that type of response being down 2-0 in a best-of-7 first-round series.
Sure.
But I was disappointed in the response of the Pacers in the second half because I thought that they had positioned themselves well, but both sides of the floor, it was a mess. Really, it was. And you kind of wondered about Rick's rotations a little bit, too. There were a lot of questions. And now you've got a game number 4 to where Milwaukee got a little momentum, can even it up. I will also tell you guys this. The NBA playoffs normally go down like this. Home team gets out to a 2-0 advantage. A team goes back home. They're prideful. They get that Game 3 win. Sunday night, which tips at 9:30, which is ridiculous.
I was going to ask that very question. You have two Midwest teams, and you have a 9:30 tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the NBA scheduling this. That's like last night. Listen, I love Pacers TV. I'm always going to watch local. There's no doubt about it. But last night, you could also get it on ESPNU and NBA TV. I mean, what, ESPNU after log rolling or calisthenics or something? I mean, come on with the ESPNU
log rolling.
NBA playoffs here.
I do too.
What a joke. So
It's really hard to do, John.
Always go with local Pacers TV, but sometimes the NBA playoff scheduling in the early rounds can be a little bit disappointing, especially if you're a Pacer fan.
If I may,
Yes.
and I really want to consider this, how much do you think luck is in the city uniforms? that they wear.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
City uniforms.
That's a good question.
I thought you were
They've
talking
been
about Andrew
very
Luck. And I'm
lucky.
like,
They've been very lucky for the Pacers. So usually when they wear them, I don't know how many times they were allowed to wear them, but I would put those on them all the time. Now, I don't know who I could talk to about that.
I don't mind what you're saying here. I think love is.
Okay.
I think luck in this case is something you believe in when things are going well. And you bring up a good point. Things were going well in the cities.
Right.
Now, I don't think, Terry, they have city roadies. I don't. Maybe they do. I'm not sure. I can't remember if they do or not. That's normally a home date type of situation.
It is.
So
You're right.
they're
I mean,
road
it is for the
uniforms last night.
Right.
Now, we'll say this: if Milwaukee ever went, dark home colors with their uniforms, I wouldn't mind that idea. And I don't know how they end up doing that. I'm sure it's all built around marketing and such, Terry.
Sure.
But as far as good fortune, what did Crash Davis tell us in Bull Durham in 1988? Do we all remember, class? Never blank with a win streak. So Terry makes a good point right here. Don't mess around with the streak. If you're feeling good and you're winning and knocking down shots because you have a city uniform on or because you have a douchey medium shirt on that I just bought at Goodwill, doesn't matter, right? You're doing it because of that. Roll with it.
Right.
Terry, that's a great point.
Thank you so much, John.
I feel like
Sports analysis, Terry Stacy.
Well,
no, I love it.
I look at those kind of things, and they've been very lucky in the cities, not just now, but for the whole season when they put them on. You look. Google it.
Google it. Yeah, she always ends up with that when she's trying to make an exclamation point.
I bet they win probably 6 out of 10 in those.
All I know is when Terry says Google it, she's not quite confident.
Hey, Pat,
that's
can I ask
her
you guys a
exclamation
question really
point.
quick? I got a production question for you guys. Now, in the past, I think when you guys have been on location, my phone has been not quite on the same page with the equipment where you guys are. Are we all good today? There's no delay or anything like that? Does it sound good?
It's a delay.
Well, I thought we took we had a caller, or no, we had a Michaelis, Zach from Michaelis, and I felt like we had a delay, but I don't feel like we have a delay with you.
Okay, because I've been trying to pause afterwards to make sure we don't step all over one another. Yes.
Okay,
You
see,
like that? That's how we
that's
adjust.
you.
Hey, we adjust on the
You're
fly.
professional.
That's what live shows do. That's the brilliance of live shows. You adjust and make it better on the fly. That's what we do.
Look at that.
Well, we got the perfect start for that.
Yeah, this is so. That's why it doesn't seem like we have a delay, because John is compensating for that delay.
He is a professional.
He is.
He brings his own delay.
Pregnant pause.
What time tonight, John?
Pause.
It's a
We got a
pregnant
big
pause.
night tonight, guys. We've got all requests, JMV Takeover on B105.7. If you would not mind, I was a part of an event last night with the Warren Arts and Education Foundation Gala. They held that, and I went up there. I've never done any auctioneering. You would think I would, being from southwestern Indiana. That's kind of the hub of auctioneering. I'm a really bad auctioneer, but I did my best last night and raised a lot of money for Warren Township and the Arts and Education Foundation over there. I want to thank Brittany and Sandy and everybody from Warren. It was an outstanding turnout for that event, and I went over and hung out. And then back on Wednesday, Marion University, they had their award. They were honoring Doug Bowles, Speedway president, IndyCar president, and I was over there with Doug, and we have a bit of a Q&A and hung out. So it's been a really fun week of meeting a lot of people and a lot of great listeners out at Marion University, and then with Warren Township last night. I got to thank everybody for asking me to join. It's a good time.
John, let's step back to the auctioneer. I'm a very bad auctioneer as well, because I never can remember what the bid is, because I'm always like
that's my problem,
messing around and stuff, and I never know. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, they did this thing, Pat, called the ball game. You put little balls, bingo balls, into one of those little round cages, and you roll it. And I felt really awkward being in front of a room of 800 people talking about balls. It's weird.
Oh.
I thought you'd be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
John, you don't ever want to do bingo. If somebody asks you to do bingo, don't do bingo.
All these incredibly educated people there, a lot of teachers and stuff. I go, wow, I'm talking about my ball. I can't quite see the number on my balls and stuff. It's just kind of awkward.
Right.
Yeah.
All the B's are blue. I called bingo last night for the Salvation Army. All the bees are blue.
Yep.
All the bee balls are blue.
Yep. And
You always got to go, and then you kind of get, 69.
Oh,
always gets a
69.
giggle.
I was just going to
Always
say.
gets a giggle.
And then I always have the same comment. Never gets old.
Hey,
Call
Terry,
B4.
you guys-
B4, why?
Yeah.
You know,
You have the bingo
we're
cards.
regular bingo callers.
Yeah.
You
I
have the
can
bingo
tell.
cards that you mark with a marker, or the bingo cards,
Dauber?
the old school, where you
Daubers.
slide over the and cover up the numbers with the slides.
Oh, yeah. So, or a bean. Sometimes you'll have a bean. You can put your bean
No,
on your number, but
daubers are the
that's
way to
where it's
go.
at.
Daubers, yeah.
You know they're professional when they bring their own.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they're lucky trolls. And
Oh, yeah.
everything
They
that
put their
bring.
trolls, they set up their whole thing.
It's super fun. Bingo is really fun.
It's a great people watching.
Yeah.
They have city jerseys too, John.
Do you serve hot dogs? We served in the Owensburg bingo back in the day. They served hot dogs, but they prepared them by boiling them. Anybody ever?
Yeah.
have
Oh, that's the way to
That's it,
go.
in a crock pot.
Yeah.
Yep. And brownies out of a two for $1 brownies.
Yeah.
That's what we had.
Wow.
The hot dog should be a little slimy. A little slimy
Yeah.
from like a little
And
boil,
gray.
little water, little gray.
Little gray.
Yeah. That's when you
Boiled-
know you're at a
boiled
true
hot
bingo
dog.
game.
What's worse, boiled hot dogs or boiled hot dog water leftover? What's worse?
Ooh.
You know, Terry Stacy is the gas station queen when it comes to food. I
Roller
mean, she
dogs.
knows
Love the
roller
gas station.
dogs and
Oh,
everything.
my God. Taquitos.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am nuts about taquitos.
You'll like the new pizzas are coming up and everything.
Listen, Wawa's getting ready to open down the way. And I
Oh,
cannot
people are
wait
losing
for
their
the
minds
Wawa.
over Wawa.
Yeah. But
They're excited.
honestly, Get Go is good. Thornton's has great burgers. I'm telling you, I know where all the good gas station food is. And
What's Wawa named after?
I don't know. I don't know what Wawa is.
Is
It's
it
weird
Chachi?
to say, isn't it?
Is it Chachi from Happy Days? Because his signature
Oh, yeah.
saying was wah wah wah. Was wah wah wah. Is it named after Chachi?
That's right. I
Is
was
it-
watching an episode the other day, John. I forgot we're on the show. I forgot this is an actual show. I thought we were all just sitting around talking. But watch the other one. Okay, we will.
Hey,
Ethan.
hey,
But,
John. Hey, John.
Izzy, we got to go.
Yeah.
Did you get that? Did you get the memo about trying to keep the shows on time stuff? Did you even read
I
it?
get the memo all the time. I'm like the chief offender in the building of not being on
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, they sent out the memo. You got to keep we got to keep it on time. So we're about 5 over right now.
So we're doing good
Okay,
for
well,
us.
Yeah.
I just remember Chachi. Whenever he saw a hot chick, he would go wah wah wah.
Wah wah.
And then how
Thanks,
did they
John.
not run away from me? What did they say? What's this dork doing with this wah wah thing here? What's this about? But he always got the girls back then. He did.
Yes, he did.
So maybe that's what it is. That's what that means.
Maybe. I don't know.
Chachi.
Maybe that's where you
I don't
pick up
know.
chicks at Wawa.
Wawa.
Wah wah wah.
That's
All
when
the-
you're
all
a
the
kid.
Slurpee.
I mean, it's when you're a kid and learning
Hashtag
water.
Ask
Isn't that
Pat
what you
starts
say,
here pretty
Wawa?
soon. Let's tell everybody that too, Pat. Hashtag Ask Pat, and I'll let you guys get back on track here. You guys are awesome as usual too. Thanks for having me.
All right, John, thanks. We'll listen to John tonight. B105.7. It's the JMV Takeover from 6 until midnight. We're coming right back with more from this year's Decorator Showhouse and Gardens. April showers can bring plumbing downers, and my friends at Hope Plumbing don't want you to get caught in a flood this spring. Make sure Hey, good morning. Welcome. Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy. We are here at the 64th Annual St. Margaret's Hospital Guild Decorators Showhouse and Gardens. And that is located at, Denny?
Just south of 57th in Pennsylvania. I think it's 5676, something like that.
I think so.
You'll see it. I mean, you can't. We've got tents everywhere in the front yard. You can't miss this.
It is open now. It is $40 at the door, and that money goes to support a very special cause, and that is the John and Kathy Ackerman Mental Health Professional Center at Eskenazi. I'm one of those people. And our guest is Kelly Mills.
Hey,
Kelly, help
Hi.
me
Yeah.
pronounce Eskenazi.
Eskenazi.
Eskenazi. Yeah. I don't think I'm.
Practice it and it rolls off the tongue.
I don't know. It
I'll
didn't work
try.
in fourth grade 4
I'll
times.
try, but it's like I went to speech therapy when I was young.
Okay.
I may go back.
Kelly, you're the Director of Workforce Strategy and Innovation at the Ackerman Mental Health Professional Center.
What is it with everyone's long titles?
I don't know. Can you get that on a business card?
I don't have business cards. I don't.
Yeah, because you can't.
Yeah.
Because that
You're
won't
right.
fit on a business card.
I'm trying to be very conscious of resources.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
No, it's just coming. Everybody's got QR codes now for.
They do, yeah.
And they say, you want to shoot this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I can do this.
That's a thing?
It is. The nice thing about Eskenazi is they have been focusing on mental health. Tell me how you find all the mental health professionals.
Well,
How do you
it's
find
hard.
these people?
It's really hard.
Patient. They must have the patience of Job, too.
That's definitely requisite. I think one of the challenges that we encountered is it's really hard to find mental health professionals. So we had to create these workforce strategies to try to help people develop into the workforce that we needed.
What do you look for?
So I think one thing that's really important is that their why is aligned with us. You have to have a heart for community mental health, and you have to understand, why we do what we do, because there's so many challenges.
Otherwise, you get depressed and you don't sleep at night.
Well,
and
what's
you go,
what's the burnout rate?
Yeah.
On health professionals, mental health person.
So I think it's a little difficult to measure, but I think if you look at the professional licensing agency, there's probably 30% roughly of the licensed mental health providers that are actually still practicing in mental health. So they maintain their license, but they're not actually doing the work anymore. They've moved into different areas, different industries, because I think the burnout's just so.
I think a lot of them are doing food sampling at Costco.
Yes,
I have found that.
It's lucrative.
Yes, and I have because I've
Don't
actually got some really
encourage it,
good.
Kelly.
I've gotten some really good, life, lessons from people that are actually. Someone was pickles, a new pickle line they had, and I thought I walked away feeling really good about myself.
Yeah. Did you buy pickles?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that was.
I got a hug.
Sales pitch.
I got a hug.
I already know that she's perfect for this job because she already knows you're nuts.
Yeah. But
It's
I
unbelievable.
do think about that because I know how important mental health, resources are. Because let's face it, the kids today and really adults are growing up where the world comes so quickly at them. The technology is literally destroying our humanity here.
I think it's social media where they see everybody's life is perfection, and their life is a garbage can, and they just look at this and say, "Look, these people are happy. They're doing all these things."
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't understand that that's PR. That's marketing. They don't understand the backside of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's customer service, and it falls apart at that point.
I was watching these two kids doing social media posts on the beach. And they, had the phones out and the smiles, and then frowns come. They pick up their stuff and leave. It's like,
Oh my goodness. Well, you got to find them. I have to assume that there's always a need. If people believe they have a sense that they want to serve people, how do they get in touch with you all?
Yeah, I think one of the easiest ways is to email our behavioral health careers at eskenazihealth.edu email address. We have a team of individuals that monitor that, and we'll connect them with whoever can best meet their need.
Are they most professional? The people that come to you, are they already in healthcare?
No. So we have kind of like a continuum approach to engaging workforce. So we have our mental health outreach program where we go out into the community and provide mental health first aid training and certification. So it's kind of like a primer to introduce people to how accessible mental health education is.
When you say first aid, you mean when you are in the midst of a mental health meltdown, there is a first aid regimen?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily like a crisis intervention. Much like first aid, right? Like we're not the hospital. You're not a healthcare provider, but you can at least keep somebody safe and connect them to a provider that can meet their needs. So the idea behind mental health first aid is that it's a wide breadth of information. It's not there's not a lot of depth to the information. It's more covering a lot of different topics on mental health so that people are at least aware and understand how to route people to somebody that can best meet their need.
That voice is Kelly Mills from Eskenazi. My partner of 20 years has always come up with interesting ideas. He's got, the drive-through confessional, but he also says, how about drive-through mental health where people can come in and get immediate assistance?
McMental Health.
McMental Health.
Remember we talked about this last year.
Yes. I love it. It's phenomenal.
Access. People in crisis, they can't even think straight enough. They need to be able to go somewhere, open a door.
Yeah. And a lot of times I think one of the biggest barriers is that individuals don't know what's available.
Right.
And there's a lot of maybe red tape or the optics of red tape around services. And
or they're embarrassed.
Yes, 100%. Well,
I have to work with Pat every weekend, and after a show, I'm ready to go see it, but I don't want to admit that I'm nuts.
Well, I didn't start taking Lexapro until right there.
Now he's got him in the candy dish.
You guys, I don't know if we should maybe take a time out and bring you two together, have a deep conversation.
They won't let us go to the basement anymore. I'll just say that.
Actually, and I do like to tell everyone, it's like, I take Lexapro because it kind of helps me get, and it's just to normalize that it's like, hey, everybody has a little struggle.
Yep. I keep telling them to get
I'm in retail. I need that. And actually, we do what we can because we have 5 registers, and we kind of different mental problems. We assign them to different cashiers. If they're having marital, you might go to checker 1.
In humor,
so you specialize.
In humor, there is truth and need. But the point is that Eskenazi is the only one in the city that I can see that's even addressing it, even getting close. Are we close to McMental Health?
So we do. Well, I think CCBHC, if you've heard about that, that's been a huge help to the system overall. So Eskenazi Health, Sandra Eskenazi Mental Health Center is one of the 8 pilot sites in Indiana for the CCBHC model.
What does CCHD mean?
CCBHC stands for Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinic. So it's a federal model. There's across the U.S. There's not a lot of standardization in community mental health, so the CCBHC model is really help close that gap and make sure that the 9 core services that we believe really help people improve their quality of life and their mental health are offered and available to everybody. So it's about increasing access.
That's pretty cool.
There you go.
One more time, how do people get in touch with you if
You're
they're
cold,
interested?
aren't you? You're shivering.
I'm shivering
I can hear it in your
too.
voice.
We've experienced some interesting weather the past couple of years when I come out to see you guys.
I told you last year. I remember the rain bouncing off your.
It was raining.
Oh,
it was raining.
Falling off her eyelashes. She had our makeup, the whole thing. So next year we'll have the snow. We'll have. I think it's just.
Maybe we can get some nice weather though. Wouldn't it be nice?
So Todd from the PR department's here. So does he whack you or something if you say something wrong?
I haven't been tased yet, so we're
because I see he kind of starts leaning towards you
trying to hold it back. Maybe he's cold too.
Might be. Well, listen, thanks for sharing your time, and thanks for all you do at Eskenazi. Really, the community is dependent on you, and of course, these lovely ladies at the show home, they're doing their part. $1 million over 4 years. That's pretty cool.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Thank you so much to the St. Margaret's Guild for their support.
There you go.
Kelly, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to come right back with more. Your calls, actually, 239-9393.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, your American Standard air dealer in Hendricks County.
JMV here from my friends John and Chris Love and Love Heating and Air.
you ever perform?
James joins us on the program. Hey, James, good morning. Thanks for calling WIBC.
Good morning.
How can we help you?
So I just completely redid my backyard. It's all dirt now. And I've got two big dogs that like to romp around and run. And I need some grass that can stand that the best. What type of seed should I plant?
Okay, so I will say the dog issue is always going to be tough because dogs run in that same path. But the best thing that you can get is turf-type tall fescue. So turf-type tall fescue, I would do 100%. Don't let it mix with anything. Jonathan Green has a great line that's available at hardware stores and garden centers around town. And I would get the one called Black Beauty. Black Beauty was their original, and it's all turf-type tall fescue. That'll be the very best. But I will tell you that in the future, if you can kind of like let the lawn recover, so, have that kind of temporary fence like they do at the dog parks where they section off one and kind of get the dogs running in a different area, even if it's just a week at a time, that will allow that grass to recover because the turf-type tall fescue, the roots are extremely deep. And so it always stays green, but that root structure will allow it to regenerate itself pretty good. James, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. We're coming right back. Sorry for the short segment, but Denny went a little long in that last interview. We're coming right back, 93 WIBC.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Ray Hall Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury.
Yes, I bought something for my granddaughter at Cute Little Things, which is a little stand-up shop. That's
What
right
is
out
it?
here.
What was it? I just see that.
It's a little blue jumper type. How would you describe it, Allison?
Yeah, so it's a jumper. It's exactly what it is, and it's so funny because I just complimented your taste. I literally was just looking at that exact little.
I had
number.
help. There was a sweet little 13-year-old girl. I took her over here and I said, "Which one do you like?" And she told me.
That's
There you go.
a smart thing to do. But yeah, here at the Decorator Showhouse, where they have some booths outside, and one of them has clothes. And every year, Terry stocks up on
It's
clothes.
called Cute Little Things.
And she showed me this year, and I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
into.
Now you get it. Now you get it. It's
So
really
cute
cute
stuff.
things for all ages. Really cute stuff. So hope
So
you
it's
stop by.
just something for granddaughter Maren just because?
That's what Grandpa should do.
Okay. You want me to drop it off? I'll see her tomorrow.
Yeah, she does work.
She's working at the store
She's
tomorrow.
not working tomorrow. She got prom tonight. Is she working tomorrow after prom?
I think she's working tomorrow afternoon. Man.
Don't they have like prom picnic and stuff after prom
Early
now?
dinner, no, after prom. Yeah,
After prom?
After prom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, the day after prom is when you get chased by the park police at the state park, right?
Oh, okay.
Does that still go on?
I'm talking about no. I think I'm mixing that up with initiation, which we went through from the seniors, got the freshmen, and they would chase you all summer long and try and get you and put markers all over you.
Oh wow!
It was
hunting
called
you down?
initiation.
Like markers,
Yeah.
like
lipstick.
Does anybody remember that?
Yes,
Does
I do,
anybody
'cause I
remember
was
you were
a victim.
Initiated? You're initiated
Are you
now into
kidding me?
high school.
No,
5 foot 1
The
inch as a
seniors did it.
freshman.
we didn't have to do that. You did. You got.
Son, I was so short. I didn't even start growing until I was a junior. I got stuffed in locker rooms. I got beat up, buddy, by guys like
sorry.
you.
You know what? I would never do
Really?
anything like that.
He was the shy kid.
What I remember is
No, I'm
I was
not.
a small wrestler.
Come here,
I
give me
wrestled.
that.
I
Give me a
wrestled.
hug.
I wrestled 95.
This is uncomfortable.
I wrestled 95, and basketball players came over with the athletic tape and taped my legs together.
That sounds right. That's
Maybe
initiation.
they want to
Yeah.
do a 3-legged race with you or something.
Yeah,
It would be a one-legged race.
they were
was
your
both
friend.
of my
Maybe
legs.
they were
not
trying
their-
to make friends. And they just
I
didn't
don't
know.
know.
how.
They weren't trying to make friends. They were
Well, look at you now, Denny.
So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
did that make you
I'm a
feel?
Huh?
How did that make you feel?
Oh boy.
Angry. I was ready to fight, but I'd got my ass whipped if I'd have swung at him. So, I got
let
beat
it
up
be.
enough. I didn't want to get beat up anymore.
If you actually got caught, there was something to it, like you would be, and some would let themselves get caught because you were like, oh yeah, the seniors, they want to catch me. That's kind of cool, and you kind of felt proud about that. And I didn't get caught for a really long time, and there were times that I would write on my own arms.
Now, did the girl?
To make it look like you had
I
been.
was like I had been caught. I finally did get caught.
Now,
but
boys didn't initiate girls. Girls initiated girls, and boys initiated boys.
No, you just wanted to
So
be caught
is
by
that
a senior.
because
All of
you were in kind of a smaller community? Everyone knew because.
Right. So if
I mean,
you didn't
we-
get caught, right? If you were at like North Central or someplace.
Yeah, I mean, we were like in our
oh,
neighborhood, it's like North
125
Central,
kids.
Cathedral, Chittard,
Yeah, that's
Brebeuf. It's like
That's just called being jumped.
No, this is just
Yeah.
a small town. thing.
Exactly.
This
so
is-
you knew everybody.
you knew everybody, and yeah, you'd want to
That's
get.
really
you kind
cute,
of
though.
wanted to, and when I hadn't, it was like, wow, I'm like a loser. So
Well, if you're
Nobody
marking
wants-
your own
I'll just
arm,
write on my own arm, and I'll go into town like I'd
Wow.
been caught. But I finally did get caught. It just took a long time.
I don't think they allow that kind of stuff anymore, which is probably
Oh,
good.
probably not. I don't think initiation probably. That's more like hazing now.
You
That
know-
falls under a hazing category, maybe.
So I will tell you.
Things
So
have changed.
I was in playing football, and I think I was a senior, and I was a defensive lineman, and
You were
behind
popular.
me,
Were you popular?
no, very shy. But anyways, we were in shorts and helmets, and linebacker Coach whipped down my shorts, and so I'm standing in my jock strap as school's letting out. So everyone just laughed, right? Laughed the whole bit.
Yeah.
So same thing this last year, Zach, who worked for us, they were in the weight room and pulled down the pants of, who wasn't wearing any underwear. That was part of the problem.
Ooh.
He got suspended for a game. It's just like a whole different, it's like,
Who got suspended? The kid.
The kid.
who pulled,
yeah.
pulled his pants
perpetrator.
down.
Yeah.
His pants down.
I don't think they should be
All good, clean
suspended.
fun.
Look, I was the victim of all this. I just
I don't
think
think it's
it's
suspended, but
No,
maybe
I agree.
not do it either.
just
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
What I would like,
happy medium.
It's
what I
kinda
always
like-
wanted was somebody
Yeah.
bigger than me to beat the crap out of the guy that did it. That's what I just would somebody stand up and do something
There's
about
something
this?
funny though when somebody's lifting weights and then lifting up and you just take their hands and go whoop.
And it was
It's a guy thing. Women would not think that's funny.
well, right.
Well-
I mean, I don't want anybody pulling my pants down, but I mean,
I think it's funny for other people, I guess.
it's just taken a turn for the worse, unfortunately, like all things. It used to just be good fun and
I
make you
know.
laugh.
Well, and it has
then
gotten serious now with the
you know, you don't
with
know
the
who's
whole
got a
sex
gun or a
extortion
knife
thing
or
on
anything. Right,
online has
right.
become a big thing.
Well, and people will probably videotape it now and all the take pictures. It turns into a whole thing now. It's not just.
You want to know the funniest thing about this? Is that I'm still getting pimped and I'm in my 70s and I'm going, nothing changes from when I was a teenager, you know?
Sorry, now I feel horrible.
Good. I hope you do.
You feel horrible for 30 seconds.
That's about right.
But yeah, can
Terry.
you see in the 70s? It's like, all right, we're going to drop this. We're going to drop this guy short. All right, where's the Polaroid? Where's the Polaroid?
Then we have to go around and show everybody individually.
Hold on, wait till this develops. This is going to be
Then
shhilarious.
shake it.
Yeah,
Oh, that
all right, here it goes. You
tell you-
missed the whole thing.
I'll tell you what, and Boy Scouts
He
were
blinked.
just as bad as sports. Boy Scouts, there was a lot of hazing in Boy Scouts. I mean, have you ever heard of an isometric sit-up?
No.
It's not something you ever want to volunteer to try to do.
Wow. I think this is healing for Denny.
I do
right
too.
now.
He's getting to
Hey,
talk
Den?
about it. He's opening up.
Hey.
Which is perfect because we're raising money
Don't
for
give me
mental
another
health.
hug. No.
Terry,
Yeah.
move the donuts. I'm going to lay Denny down on this
Oh,
table.
you want to lay him down?
Yeah, I think he just. Do you have a
Just to lay
pillow?
down.
Cam, do you have a pillow?
I do in the car.
Okay.
I have a fan.
Okay, we just I think that we're just if we could
You know,
kind of
I
let
can
your
take it
feelings
from you,
come
but
out.
it still kills me that Allison is jumping on board this
She's
stuff.
really become a board
She
jumper.
really is.
That's how
She's a
us
jumper on
that's how
board.
us bullies are. All right, Ethan is saying we got to get out. Hour number 3 is coming up right here on 93 WIBC. The Decorators Showhouse and Gardens. The sun, I don't want to say it's out,
No, it's
but I'm going to say you can look at the clouds and kind of tell where it is.
It's
no, wait,
peaking.
look at that. Blue sky
peaking.
right there.
It's peaking.
Blue sky right there.
It's peaking.
So it is, the temperature today is going to be about 61, 62 with some wind, but I think with some sunshine, it's going to be a glorious day.
You betcha.
A glorious day to make your way to the 64th annual St. Margaret's Hospital Guild Decorators Showhouse and Gardens. It runs through Sunday, May 11th, which is Mother's Day weekend.
They are closed on Mondays, but
Closed on Mondays, so that's a good day to come.
No. It's not a good day to come.
Well, you can see the
get the house
gardens.
to yourself.
You can see the gardens, right?
Well, I don't think so.
So a lot of people don't like to be around other people.
I think you can get back there.
I'm
It's
beginning
very
to
private.
be that way with you.
Leave your $40 under the rock.
You won't be able to see anything.
Well, you see the gardens if you're just
Well,
interested in the gardens.
Well, you have to be able to climb. You're going to have to climb some fences.
Oh,
And there is
you
a,
get over the
beware of
fence.
the dog. The dog
Just a-
comes back when they're not here.
Well,
Here's the neat thing about the St. Margaret's Hospital Guild. All they do is get together, fix up really neat things so we can all look at them, and then they give all the money to the mental health at the Eskenazi Center. I just love these gals.
Yeah,
And
it's very
they've
cool.
pledged $1 million over 4 years. They're coming up on their goal, and $1 million over 4 years, and letting us all look at big fancy houses like this. This is fun.
This
And-
this is when you were a kid. If you came from this area, you would drive up and down these
Oh,
streets
looking
and
at
you'd
these
be like,
houses.
"Oh man, I wish I could see inside that house or that house or that house or who's
I still
in that
do it
house."
at Christmas time.
At Christmas time, it's
When
one of
they
the
have
most
the lights.
beautiful
Mhm.
areas, and yeah, so they give us this opportunity to take a look at these old historic homes that are just beautiful.
so my wife, Beth, is from this area. She lived at 51st and Penn.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh,
just
beautiful.
right down the
houses down
road.
there.
Yep, right down the road. And that's how we ended up with 49th and Penn, because she kind of knew this area, and I was, the north side, a little more further north.
It's
Well, it's 71st and Keystone. That's where my
Well, I
whole
thought you
world
guys-
has been. So
I thought you were
when
at
we
Park,
were,
though.
what's that?
Didn't you grow up on Park?
Yeah, 40th and Park.
40th Park.
Yep. And then we moved in 68 or 69. But so we would come, so when we were dating, I would come down here, and she was always dragging me to the Decorator Show House.
Was she
When-
really?
yeah, when we were in high school.
That's funny.
And she liked to go to the sneak peek, where you go
It's
into
so
the
fun.
house
Yeah.
before they do anything,
Now,
and
here's
then
the
you
thing.
come back.
And she was like, you're talking about when she was in high school, so like
Yeah.
17,
Yeah,
18
she
years
was-
old.
she was
and
always-
she liked going to the Decorator Show
She
House.
was cultured. She's,
very cultured.
She was cultured.
She speak French?
What did
French
she
at
say?
all?
not like me. Je voudrais
Wondered
une
if she was
bière,
like
s'il
you.
vous plaît.
Hey, and congratulations to David Strohmeyer, who won the award for the backyard. Did you see the little part right off the kitchen? If you're sitting
No,
in the kitchen.
I was down in the basement.
You were back.
Down in the.
They wouldn't let me get to the plumbing in the basement. I wanted to go back, but the door's locked with a padlock.
That would
son.
be fun if you were a kid.
Yeah, she
entertaining
knows
down
there's
there.
a padlock. She knows there's idiots like me that want to get in there and see the plumbing. God.
Yeah.
Steal the copper.
Well, the house was, what did you say, 1913, 1931? When did you
1931.
Well, that's a long time
1840.
ago. I mean, that's
Yeah.
90 plus years. I'd love to see what the plumbing was because I bet it was
Oh
lead
yeah,
pipe.
I'm just dying. I'm like.
It's your first thought.
Don't
Yeah.
you
Let's
have
take a
any
look at the
intellectual
I'm like-
curiosity?
I'm just dreaming. What's behind that door?
No.
Is it a 4-inch cast iron? Maybe it's only 3-inch because it was the 1930s. I don't know.
But it's driving you crazy.
It is driving me
I'll
crazy.
tell you what's driving me crazy, but I can't say it on here. There we go.
But it's 3 letters. It begins with P. So Beth was into that. She's into sports.
She's perfect.
Her and her sports.
Does she like rugby? She's big on rugby, isn't she?
She's golf, Pacers. I mean,
You told me she really
Colts.
likes golf. What was the golfer she really likes?
Rory.
That's
Rory
funny.
McIlroy.
I did
Roy
not know that.
McIlroy. I heard that he's a little snooty. Is he?
He's a little
He
snooty.
just won, and everyone was
Well,
very emotional about it.
I know. I saw that, but
That's all that I know.
it's important to be nice in life. And
He
I get,
is
I get
nice. I think people say I'm snooty. It's just because we're shy.
People say you're a pothole. No.
You're
Hey, look,
shy.
look. The shadow. The lady's
Oh.
got a shadow.
That's great.
Got 6 more weeks of summer. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Or maybe 6 minutes of sun.
Or 6 minutes of sun. Is that the truth?
We'll take it.
All right. So the sun's out here just a little bit south of 57th in Pennsylvania. Good time to come out. not crazy busy, but busy enough that you get you'll have plenty of time on all 3 floors.
And here's the thing, because the neighbors all support St. Margaret's Guild and their cause and such.
Don't say
you can
it.
park in anyone's
Don't
driveway.
say it. I was just going to
That's not
say,
true.
don't say it.
There's plenty of space on Pennsylvania.
There
right
is,
here.
but
there's some room.
just pull to any drive, leave your key in case they have to leave. So,
You know, they could add valet parking. That'd make a little more money.
Yeah.
If you in some of these neighbors, you could pick them up. I mean, they'd have to find the place to
That's
park.
right. Then they go.
But you pay a little extra for it.
Yeah, and what you do is you just have teenagers drive around.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
something like that.
When you come out, don't forget that there are Maggie bars here. Now, the Maggie bars are a tradition. Miss Maggie is long gone, and it's not like the Maggie from Allisonville Home and Garden. No, this is a different Maggie, and the Maggie bars are like lemon.
They are good. Hopefully, we'll get one.
Yeah, terrific.
So, and then can you imagine if you know what's the worst thing you can hear when you say, I valeted my car, and I want to, and then the people go, we don't have valet.
Oh, gosh.
Does that happen once or twice? Not again.
We'll have to get some reliable people.
And just like that, your car's in Tijuana.
You know what? Next year I could do it. I could get the WIBC neighbor-to-neighbor van, the old van I used to drive.
Oh, yeah.
And I could just do a shuttle service.
Oh, sure.
We don't need a shuttle.
What about that?
We don't need no stinking water.
We don't know where the next place will be. Maybe it'll be a place where it's hard to park.
Yeah, this is great, though. There's so
This
much
is nice.
parking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are. We're going to be here till 1 o'clock. We encourage you to come out. The show home is open 6 days a week, right?
6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Except Monday. They're always closed on Monday. And here's the thing. You got 25 different interior decorators. You can see the flair in all the big rooms, the small rooms, and the one room with, I always thought there was one with a zebra rug. There's 2 with zebra rugs.
There's zebras. You can count zebras. There's lots of little hidden things in here. They'll ask you if you want to take a look and look for zebras or look for other things. But just look in take your time. You know, we don't have a giant line right now, which is kind of nice because you can take your time and not feel pushed to run through it. It's a kind of a quieter time. But
here's the secret.
When you walk in the door, the left room, the one to the left,
Yes.
that's a fantastic room. There's lots to see.
There's a lot to, and someone's been murdered there.
Well, we're going to hear about
without a doubt.
We're going to hear about that story coming up in just a little bit.
Really? About who got whacked right there?
You're just going to hear a story.
If you go to the main bedroom, you'll look at as you walk in, the bed will be immediately on your right, and you'll say, why did they put it there? Well, it's because the design allows for the flow to go right into the bathroom, and it backs up to a window, and you say, that's not right. But it is right, the way the decorator did it.
That's right.
You wouldn't even think of it.
It has to face Mecca.
No, it's facing south.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Where's it?
It is facing east. You're right. Oh, my gosh.
That's it. Okay, well, that's all I have.
Okay. Well,
but if you want more information on any of that or the sponsors, showhouseindy.org. You can get your tickets there or at the door. And all the times and information is in there, too. Because I feel like we're not going to be able to keep that straight. So.
And don't forget to ask for the what do we call these things? The program that shows all the different. Yeah.
You got it.
Some of the ceilings have been hand painted.
Really?
They couldn't scratch
gorgeous.
off. They couldn't do anything, so they had a guy come in, and he hand painted all of these ceilings.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Michelangelo.
I heard you.
He's still around.
Sort of that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he was then in 1931.
Yeah. He actually, it's his great grandson.
Wow.
All right.
But he's still.
His name is Skip. Skip Angelo.
I don't even know what to do with you anymore, Sully. Sorry.
Just
man.
look up. When you come in, just look up and look to the left, look to the bottom, look to the floor because the floor's cool too and different and interesting things you'll see.
I did actually miss when I wasn't looking up that there's a train, right? Little cable cars.
Cable cars, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I need to go back in there.
Lots of really cool stuff.
Have you
and
been
cool
upstairs
colors.
to see the primary bath?
Yeah.
This floor, it looks like glass, and when you step onto it, you expect to be able to look through it, but it's like one of those optical illusions. But they followed it all the way into the shower also.
Yeah.
Just really, really cool.
But the
This
weird thing is the
bathtub-
people in the kitchen actually can see.
Yeah. They
yeah.
can see you when you're in the
They're
bath.
kind of
my
crazy
goodness.
in the 30s.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cool thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. 239-9393 is our number. And we'll be taking your calls.
Yeah, we have a couple right now.
Oh, we do. Let's take one, shall we?
We got regular Jeff.
Oh.
Wanna talk to him?
Yeah. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good. Barely.
We
Can you hear
can.
me?
Ethan can turn you up a little bit. Yeah.
It's okay.
Good morning.
Hey, I was wondering how many fireplaces the house had in it, or I know they probably heated by coal or whatever. But are there any fireplaces in the home? Because your designer showed those logs in it.
Yeah, you're right.
I saw two. They also have two incinerator shafts and incinerator doors, but they also have a milk box door.
Love the milk box. I took
Did you
a
see
picture of the milk box because I
haven't
loved
seen
it.
a milk box door since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I only counted one big fireplace, but I imagine there's a second
two.
one.
There's one outside. Oh, Jeff, the backyard is so amazing with a fireplace out in the back.
Very cool.
Just there are several fireplaces in there. I don't know if they're workable or usable, but man, theyey're cool. Really cool.
That's awesome. So Terry, the reason I called,
Bring your wife.
you mentioned
Bring your daughter. Come on
you-
out here.
You had said something about Google it earlier. So as wonderful as the internet is, and I understand it, I just kind of missed out on it, right? Because it wasn't in my youth. And I think part of the problem now with the younger generation is that the internet, at a snap of a finger, you might get 3 different answers on the question you ask. So you got to take that in perspective. But I think we've shied away. There's so much information on the internet, but yet kids are starving for knowledge. And I don't understand. When I was younger, we read books and things like that. Now, I know I may be old-fashioned, but I've read a couple hundred books in my life, from whatever to whatever, from Dickens to Doyle to Lewis to Jane Austen. And it's like kids nowadays, they have no idea about that. I don't know what they're teaching in history, but it's not history and it's not English. And you know what I get. You know where I'm going.
Yeah. Well,
I think there's so many other distractions now too, though.
I guess there are. It's there was a story I read the other day, and it was about encyclopedias.
Oh.
And how every family, for the most part, your average middle class family, you had some sort of encyclopedia in your home. Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yes.
Or we had the Lincoln Library at our house.
We could buy them. We could buy 3 or 4
You had
copies
somebody sell them.
at the Kroger store.
We had
like the Funk and Wagnalls.
We had World Book.
World Book. Yes, World Book.
Yeah, so we had the whole
Encyclopedia
set.
Britannica.
Right. And you would and truly, even if you didn't love to read, there were times you would just go grab one and you'd take it and you just look at it. You just look at it and
you
learn
needed it
and
for
learn and learn.
school,
But you
too.
needed it for school. If you weren't always, you didn't want to spend all your time at the library.
Yeah.
You did need it. But those jobs, and that has really gone by the wayside. They're
That
not
was
making
door-to-door
encyclopedias
sales
anymore.
That and the Fuller Brush Man were your door-to-door salesman.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up, we've got Sally Lord, the very famous Sally Lord from the East Coast, is going to be joining us here.
Oh.
I'm telling you, this is big time.
Need to put on a tie? Should I? No?
I don't know.
Get your emergency tie out.
We're coming right back. 93 WIBC.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business.
over 6 decades.
On the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons. Cam is our field engineer. Ethan is back in our studio on Monument Circle. And Kendall and Hammer's kid, Chris are our, what do you call them? Promo kids.
You're really good at this. After 25 years, I thought you'd have it down by now.
Back in the glory days, remember when we used to get T-shirts? Those were the days.
We also have a very special person here joining us from the St. Margaret's Guild, the very famous, and she thinks I'm teasing, but she is from the East Coast, Sally Lord. Really made a name for herself in interior decorating out there on the East Coast. Was it Virginia, Sally?
Yes, Northern Virginia, D.C. area.
Yeah, and then you came back to Indy.
I did.
Look at you. This is really good.
I love it here.
All right, so I was teasing Pat and Terry just a little bit. The name Gray Hunt Interiors, name for your 2 boys.
Yes.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
Love
Grayson and Hunter. But it's actually Hunter is the eldest. But Grayson thinks since his name's first, he owns more of the business. So.
Fair. You tell him Hunt Gray doesn't sound as good as Gray Hunt.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, that's right.
So what brought you to Indiana?
I met my husband on a design merch project in New York City almost 9 years ago.
Okay.
And it's been that since. He runs the design department for Delta Faucets and Brizzo.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh, Brizzo.
Yes.
That's cool. He's a plumber, so now we're going to have to hear about faucets.
I'm a fan of the new fixtures. So you used to just
Terry,
be
just sit down and let 'em
two-handle
go.
and a single handle. No, wait just a minute.
No, you
but
get it out of your
Delta has
system.
evolved. I mean, from the 60s, they had all. Tell him well done. Well
I
done.
will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, he came.
Easy.
He really was inspired, like bringing the design element into it. And so he's had a lot of award-winning faucets
And
Cole design.
and they did it right. They did it like Kohler. They went to the designers first and say, "What do you want?" And then they designed around that. So it was just genius. And because most of plumbers were just knuckleheads.
That's great.
I mean, turn to okay, Terry.
So anyway,
See, this is the way it is, Sally. Whenever we get anything interesting, we got to go back to design.
No, I just want to find out. So you've been doing this how long for the St. Margaret Guild?
This is actually my second year.
Yeah.
I haven't lived in the Indy area. It'll be 2 years this summer. So
But,
I'm in.
but in fairness,
girl.
tell them the story.
they had
Last
someone
year,
drop out.
somebody dropped out, and you came in November and pulled something. No,
Mid-December.
Mid-December. Oh, sorry.
Right before
Cheated you.
Christmas, and we got it done.
Yeah, you did.
What room did you have last year?
We had the cocktail lounge upstairs.
Ooh.
That's kind of fun. What do you have this year?
Well, you can put cocktails in my cups. I've got cocktail corner, and we have the Golden Apple Cafe. So
that's cool. So where do you start
with the design?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's funny. The design inspiration came from my space last year. I worked with Christy Stafford, who's an Indiana textile designer, and I loved her papers and her fabrics. And I framed up some of those in my space last year, and one of them I just couldn't get out of my head. And I wanted it in my home, but it wasn't quite right fit. And so I was like, oh, I'm starting there. So I started with the drapery fabric and the wallpaper.
And the wallpaper.
Yes. And it just kind of went from there.
Wallpaper is big again. Yeah? It's big again.
It's not going away.
We have a friend, comedian, used to be on the radio with us, Dave Wilson.
He said it's the devil's product.
No, he always says that the sign that there really is a devil is wallpaper.
I think they've made it better, though, right? And easier?
Yes. It goes up easy. It comes down easy. This is not like
it's
back
not
in
your
the day
mother's.
of the pick.
Oh.
We're all scarred. I think I have arthritis
Yes.
still in my fingers. And I use a tiger claw too hard on a wall to get it off when I was a teenager, and I perforated all the drywall. That wasn't a fun time telling my dad that.
You're not the first one to do that.
And then ripping the, taking it down, thinking it's loose, and then the drywall paper comes off.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
But that's how you learn to cuss.
Kind of a
I mean,
peel and
if you
stick.
didn't learn how to cuss with that, man.
And the other part about wallpaper is they're putting on ceilings.
I do that all the time.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
It's
I always
become
play with
really
the
big
fifth
on
wall.
ceilings.
It's the fifth wall. You can't forget it.
I think we just did not know that until recently, that you can put that stuff up
you know
there.
what?
Yes.
Because we're from Indiana, and she's from
Now this is
the
a good
East Coast.
This is a good question. When you came in as a designer, how did the community, the decorator community, here comes the East Coast Queen. She's so good out there. All these awards. Were you accepted well?
I'm going to be in trouble with all these nice words you're saying about me. Thank you. Everybody actually was really nice, and I'm in the design center, and so I felt like I really wanted to immerse myself right in the center of everything, and I'm so glad that I did because everybody's been so nice, so welcoming. Y'all party animals out here, though. Like there's always
She's talking
especially
to
especially
as
this group.
Lynn's nodding her head. Yep, there's
Yep.
always something going on.
Are you talking about Smiley over here? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
that is great.
Thank you for stepping in last year, but more importantly, thanks for choosing Indianapolis to live.
I love it here. I think it's such a great cause. I'm thrilled to be part of it. So.
So how much time do you spend here? At
the house?
Yeah,
The
I mean,
decorator Showhouse?
I always, you see the decorators. I mean, are you here all the time that it's open, or just on the weekends, or?
No, you're going to see someone from the team. Usually you're going to see me on a Saturday from 10 to 2. Or you're going to see someone from my team like on a Sunday from 10 to 2. So we're splitting it that way. And then I'll be here on Monday to speak for something. And then if Lynn asks me to do anything else, I'll be here.
Does it help your business when you're part of a decorator show house? Because someone really does pay attention to who did this room and
I think it
maybe
helps get my name
inspire
out.
them?
I think it's a little different for me because I am newer to the area, and it's good for people to just hear our name or learn a little bit about us. And, every time you keep hearing a name, it gains a little bit more traction. And so that's what we want. We did get an amazing client out of it last year she's actually a member of the Guild, and I just love her.
That's cool.
Lisa and
Well,
Bob.
it's not like
I wanted to work for everybody,
Yes.
Wanted to
And you
work
have
for
like
everybody.
the coolest name ever. You
Sally
could be in a murder mystery. Sally Lord.
Well, I have to tell you, my
Cracks
husband's
the
name
case.
is Judd. Judd Lord is a pretty cool name.
Ooh.
Judd Lord.
Yes. But guys,
It could be a team, a
wait a minute.
detective
There's
team.
one more.
More to the story.
The dog is Jedi Lord.
Oh, that's cool. You're good with names, Grayson and Hunter, and you're good with names. That's
Well-
cool. If anybody wants to find you that may not make it to the show, how do they do that?
Just check us out, greyhuntinteriors.com. You can follow us on social. We're on Instagram and our website. We have a lot of our work. You'll see our range there, which I think I really want to encourage people to see because we can go modern to traditional. So everybody's different. Every home should look different. But they can find us there in the design center.
She said range. I was wondering, is it gas or electric?
I started thinking about the
And then
kitchen
I
and if everybody's going with
I know,
green
it's like
now
the
or whatever
range.
that color is.
And I
It's
realized
martini. It's
she's
not
talking
green, it's
about
martini.
like the range.
Yeah.
My
Do you like that color?
wheelhouse is broad.
That martini colored kitchen, the appliances. Have you ever
Matt
seen
did
anything
a great
like that?
job.
We've never seen those colors before, though. Is that new
Very
and
cool.
happening?
Yes, all of the like earth tones, warm tones, things like that. Like they're all back and hot.
And your appliances. That's
Yeah.
what I've never seen before, unless you were in the 70s with avocado.
Yeah, avocado.
So your room was the butler pantry?
I had the Butler Pantry, which is Cocktail Corner.
Cocktail Corner.
Properly named, and the Golden Apple Cafe.
Were you the one that put the birds that aimed at? Yes.
That's cool.
As you walk into this room, there are little birds or doves, and they sort of point you to where to go next. We learned that.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I had Anna Ashar. She's at the Stutz. She's a local artist.
Mm-hmm.
And I had her paint the birds for me. And I said, but I really want them to ascend and fly off the canvas and fly into the Golden Apple Cafe. And some of them carrying the Golden Apple.
This is what a woman with taste has, Pat. I know that you've just glazed over,
my
but
mind.
this is
It's like-
taste.
But
Okay.
it's fun. It actually earmarks into her next piece in my space, which is Design Temptation. And it's a woman, it's the backside, it's a nude, and she's reaching off the drapery to pull off the golden apple. So she's
fun.
Oh, boy.
I mean, it's just fun. I
It
mean,
is fun.
think about we should all be naming things in
It's
our
got-
house. Like
Yeah, we
the,
should.
You
It's
know,
got
the
Genesis
Terry's
written
Cluttered-
all over
Cluttered
it.
Pantry, or Something.
Terry's what?
Terry's cluttered pantry.
Oh, I think you said something else.
Yeah.
You know, we should
That
make
ass.
things in our house.
Oh, my
Did you?
goodness. We need to drop it and move on. I was talking about the
Sally?
upstairs bathroom, and you guys.
It's nice to meet you.
Very
Well,
nice to meet you.
It's
Thank
great
you for
to
having
see
me
you,
on.
Sally.
Good to see
Beautiful
you
work.
again.
Beautiful stuff. Thank
Sally
you.
Lord
you.
will catch the killer.
Golly.
We're coming right back with
Thanks,
more.
Sal.
93
Thank you.
WIBC.
This
here on Pennsylvania Street, about 57 and Penn, I think. 57,
Right.
56.
Close enough.
56. You'll see
56.
it. By the big blood truck.
It's the 64th annual St. Margaret's Hospital Guild Decorators Showhouse and Gardens, and it runs through Mother's Day week. And it's open tonight until 10.
Not quite.
No?
Close. 6.
6?
You know,
We're joined by, is it Lynn? Lynn?
It is.
Lynn Smiley.
Yeah, there's a sergeant major in the
Dave's
Army.
wife.
Is the biggest.
Right,
No, that's not true.
we talked
But
about
this
this
is the
last time.
strongest
I don't know
woman
him.
in the building. That's
Who?
all I can say. Lynn Smiley.
Lynn Smiley, what about?
She's the strongest woman. She to put up with everything, not put up with, but to manage 25 different strong personalities. It's a miracle worker.
Do you wish you would have brought socks today?
She's wearing her open toe.
That was my first question I wanted to ask.
She's been worried about you since we got here.
I'm like, look at the lady.
You're
with-
wearing a stinking raincoat. Don't you
chilly.
own clothes?
I didn't check the weather.
She's a flasher.
Now, she's been listening to this garden nakeding thing that Terry's been
Gardening's
promoting.
coming up next Saturday.
In Miami, it sounds lovely. In Indiana,
Yeah, not so much.
no.
It is a little chilly, but the sun's gonna come out and it's gonna be
Then
it's
it
gonna be great.
Yeah,
and then everyone's gonna be sad they have socks on, and you're gonna be
And I'll be happy.
you'll be happy.
I will.
Yeah. Lynn's got great stories about this house.
Full of stories. Yes.
Great stories
Thanks for
about this
coming
house,
out.
and I don't even know where to start. Where did
Well, what do
you
you-
find this house, first of all? Have you been thinking about
Well,
this house for a long time, and
it
then you just
has.
knocked at the door and said,
We
Let's
didn't
do
have
it.
to quite go that far, but yes, it was a house that we knew the homeowner and that they were interested. So it worked out this year, and it was great timing. So we
Have you ever had to knock on a door and say,
Yes.
"Oh"?
Yes, we have. We walked up and down Meridian and see people pull into their driveway and kind of gone up. We talked about having a wagon with bottles of wine.
Oh,
And-
that'll do it.
Just walking up and saying, "Hey, we'd love for you to move out for us."
Okay, so
how does that sound?
Can we talk about the process, because I think that fascinates people.
It does.
It's like
It always does.
so a family lived here.
Yes, and still do. It's not
Still
for
do.
sale. That's always a question.
So when they're chosen,
Mm-hmm.
they move out
Yes.
and they just
And
out in the street.
We help them find a rental. We help cover.
Okay, you
that
cover
cost.
the cost.
everything out.
We
Everything
move
goes in
everything
storage.
out. Yes.
And then
store it away.
What people always ask, what do they? I mean, the benefit obviously is they're helping the St. Margaret's Guild.
Ashkenazi Health.
Right.
Indian,
So
yes.
that's the biggest thing.
That's the big picture. Yeah.
But then, as a benefit, what is it that, like, when you redo the kitchen is a complete gut?
They get wallpaper on the ceilings.
They
That's what
do.
they get.
They get new paint, new faucets from Delta.
Speaking of which, Manny, the painter,
Manny,
oh my gosh, he donated all that. That's got to be 10 to 15
We're gonna
grand.
talk to him soon.
Okay.
14, 16 grand. Yes.
Wow.
He's been amazing and joined our team this year. Yeah, it's the things that are lasting, homeowners get to choose. So anything that is permanent, we definitely want the homeowners
Sure.
say and agreement on. And then anything that a designer just would want to come in and stylize, that all can leave, and it's not something.
But they have the option to purchase that.
They do. Yes.
Wow.
So
Something very interesting about the house involves, there's lots of little nooks and crannies
There
and little
are in
things
this
to look at. I told you before earlier, you look at the floor, look at the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
look all around you. What's the story with zebras?
Yeah, so we have a long-running kind of joke with one of the designers, and this year he did the living room. And I don't know if you remember when you visited and we talked in 22, there was the primary bedroom had a zebra head in it, and it faced
Oh,
the
yes.
bed.
Yeah.
So we had some pushback, and we knew some people weren't happy that there was a zebra
I'm
head.
sure. Really? I'm
Right.
surprised.
So we had talked to the designer and just said, if something were to happen to the zebra, it's on you. You can leave it or you can take it, but if it stays, it's on you if something happens to the zebra. And so he was kind of going back and forth. He finally said, "Okay, fine, I will come pick up the zebra after hours." So it was going to be 10 p.m. He was coming to pick up a zebra. And he was driving to get the zebra, and on the way he was. Jumped over the road was a deer, and he hit the deer,
Oh, no.
and it totaled his car. And so I got the call at like 10 p.m. and they're like, "You're not going to believe it, but on the way to get the zebra,
He killed a
he
deer.
killed a deer.
Oh, God. Poor guy.
So he's like, "Can I get the
You
zebra
can't make this
tomorrow?"
stuff up.
No. And so now we have 14 hidden zebras in the living room in honor of the zebra from 22.
Wow.
Nothing says I'm sorry like 14 different zebras.
Right.
Oh,
It's
my.
just a little thing, a little story that I find very interesting.
Yeah.
The
So it's our
backstory
joke.
of all the zebras that
The
you're going to
zebras.
find.
So the deer was trying to help save the zebra.
Right.
And,
So the zebra
gave its life.
Gave its life.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
Any other
amazing.
little nuggets? Any other little nuggets
What about
like that when it
murders?
comes to the
What about murders
there
in
was
the
some
building?
Ghosts. We thought maybe a ghost. So in 21, the previous homeowner's grandchildren came through the house, and it was fast. It's always fascinating to hear the old stories,
Right.
right, of what the memories are, but this family didn't have so much loving, kind things to say about their grandfather.
Oh.
And so, it was some tongue in cheek, but some it was some stories.
stung.
Yeah, some a little harder than others. And so we all kind of chuckled, and then they went home, and the next morning we show up, and there was a big frame that had fallen down and broken in the entryway.
Oh,
And
my
we were
God.
like,
There it is.
That really
grandfather
pissed old Grandpa off, didn't it? Oh, my
Still there.
goodness.
These houses are haunted. This one in particular, is it haunted?
Not that I have heard
I've
of any
heard
stories.
of any stories.
No, but there are always things. These are 100-year-old homes and different homeowners, and so it's always fascinating to see and hear what has happened.
The history of this home, do you know who the original,
The Baxters.
yeah, wait a minute.
Are the original.
The original, that's
Yes.
who.
And ironically, that's my mom's maiden name. So when we had our first meeting, and I didn't know that was the original homeowners, but they said the story, and in my mind, I was like, okay, this is the house.
This is
Felt
my
like-
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not related. I did go check.
Doggone it.
Right.
So what year was this built?
1931, it was finished. So.
How many hours a week during the planning session do you guys give? I mean, you and your team, how many hours for Lynn?
It's a 25, 30 hour probably a week.
Yeah.
On and off.
I think it's neat that you drag your daughter along,
I did
too.
drag my daughter.
She was really
She works
helpful for
for
me.
food,
I went
yes.
out looking for something for my granddaughter. I said, hey, you, come with me. And she helped me pick out something nice.
She looks like she might be the next one in show business.
Right.
Seems kind of.
She's real bashful.
She doesn't seem real shy.
No, she's not
No,
shy at all.
She wanted to be on too. So if you have any tips.
How many members are in the St. Margaret Guild?
Just a little over 100.
100.
Just at 100.
Always taking in new members?
Definitely. Always would love.
Who's the perfect candidate to become a member? Because I know there's some hazing involved, right?
There
It has
is.
to be
Not
strong
what
when you
you
become
spoke
Just
a
say you-
renovation.
No.
You got to be able to drink tequila.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the qualification.
That's not true. I'm looking at her daughter.
Isn't,
You know,
but it is.
Really,
it
any
can be.
qualifications at all?
No, I think someone who has a passion and a heart to give back. I mean, we're not paid, so this is all, the love of what we do is for, the mission and the cause to make a difference in the lives of those who live in
$1
Indianapolis.
million over 4 years, young lady. That's unbelievable.
And it's something like I just think of it as something I myself cannot do alone, right? We have to have a group of people to come together. So it's really great. I have a background in design, so I love that using the design element to give back, because so often design is a very personal, you hire a designer to come into your home to make your home beautiful. So it's just very for you, and I think seeing designers come together and work as a team is very rare. And sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't, but we love it to see the designers get to know one another and support one another.
You're like an NBA coach. You're dealing with a lot of talented people who
Feels
know
like
what
a
they're
mom sometimes, but yes, I like the coach.
Yeah.
So just one last question. So your husband, Dave Smiley. So
I gotta meet this guy
and the reason I'm asking, because radio people are so lazy. Just wonder if there's any help. Probably not. Probably doesn't help.
Is it his real name? Is Smiley his real last name?
I don't know.
I heard it wasn't. Is it? It is. I heard it was like his stage name.
Oh, I didn't know. You're telling us something new again. I didn't know
Okay.
that. So now we know.
All right, we
I'll
got-
meet him sometime because
Yeah.
everyone thinks I'm married to him.
I know. Well, you are. All right. We're coming right back with more 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel.
I told my kids this the other day, and it blew their mind. Right now, in the United States of America,
additional benefits and exclusive discounts.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, B+W.com, your American Standard air dealer.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening today. Unfortunately, IU football is coming up, and we're
No, a little early for that.
well. I think it's
A little
the
late.
spring game.
The spring game.
The spring kickoff.
This must be new.
No, they have it every spring.
Thus, the spring game.
So we're going to join the pregame. No, we're going to be here till 1 o'clock taking your calls. If we have some time, I think we will. We'll have some. Oh, guess what I did yesterday?
What?
Our friend from Long's Mattress, Doug Petrosky. So I texted him and told him. I said, "Listen, no." I said, "Doug, can you let the cashiers know that Weeks Roses are on sale through Monday? Buy one, get one half off." And he texted me because I have someone that works for me, Doug Moore. So I just got, you know how you do those things, and it's like, he goes, I don't think I'm the right Doug. But it's good to hear from him.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah. Who I used to get emails, or people would email me instead of Pat Walsh at Emmis.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
Yeah. It's a real big difference.
Yeah, Pat Walsh was one of the big dogs.
Yeah. So I would sign off on the budget.
Right.
And
Great.
yeah, I just,
Thanks for that raise, by the way.
yeah. Anything I can do.
That's so funny. You used to get. I can't even believe you look at it. Seriously,
Yeah, that's
'cause I don't know
impressive.
when you. I mean, to say that you actually were opening up emails shocks me.
Well, that was back in the day when it would come to through. They had it set up so it came through my Sullivan Hardware.
Oh, it was kind of forwarded.
Like an Emmis one, it would just automatically forward. So I actually those are the days I actually knew what was going on at the station.
So funny.
Now it's like, not really sure what's going on. I hear we're moving.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's a rumor of that.
When's that going to happen? Do you guys know yet? Is there an updated timeline?
September, I believe, is the timeline right now, but you never know with moving.
It's not easy moving a radio station.
No.
No, it is not.
Not just a radio. I mean, you're talking about like
Several
8 radio stations
Yeah.
and a television station.
And I mean, moving all the hosts with the egos.
That's tough.
That's going to take a truck per. All right. Hour number 4 is coming up. We'll return. It's going to be awesome. 93 WIBC.
Big Smith overall. Yeah.
We're here.
Radio Free Kentucky.
Hey, listen,
on North Pennsylvania. Live and
welcome.
well.
Good afternoon.
It's the Home and Garden Show.
Brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Yeah, we got the delay. That works real well.
It's all right. It's okay. A little echoey.
Little Mr. Echo back there.
Today we are at the St. Margaret's Hospital Guild's Decorators Showhouse and Gardens. And this is a segment where we're going to focus kind of on Allison.
Oh,
and, Allison is going to tell us a little bit about
wait a minute. Before,
her life
do you
and
always
what's going
have
on.
to be picking on people?
No, I'm trying to eat my charcuterie.
Oh, okay. Well, just say
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to be
lunchtime.
busy.
They brought us some great lunch.
Yeah,
They
so
do.
I thought,
and
Then
thought
you
if
just
we
ate
did
Pat's chicken
and
salad.
I ate Pat's chicken salad by mistake. I thought they were all the same, so he's got my
boy.
charcuterie board.
So I just thought, focus on so I could have charcuterie.
Yeah.
So, Allison, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Thursday, I mentioned earlier in the show that I had a rare day off, and I went down to Brown County, and I went to the Hard Truth Distillery. They have great food down there. But then we went to see Jay Leno was in town at the Brown County Music Event Center.
No way.
So, so I saw Jay Leno.
The Jay Leno from California or the Jay Leno from Peoria?
He was from California.
Really?
The Jay Leno. Yeah, and he did a stand-up show, and you know what?
That must have sold out so fast because I never heard him advertise that.
I know.
I assume it was sold out.
It wasn't sold out.
It was not?
There was a couple rows empty behind me, which I was really surprised about, but it was a Thursday. And Brown County's a bit far if you live in Indianapolis, so I get that. But I was really pleasantly surprised. So usually, with comedy shows or any shows, they have openers and stuff like that.
Right.
He came out right at 7:30 by himself. He didn't even have an introduction. He stayed on that stage for an hour and a half, joke after joke after joke. No script or anything. I mean, he is just as good as he ever was.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think it would have. I just had.
I know you'd think you'd hear more about it, but yeah, he was just in it, and he did a little Q&A afterwards.
Wow, how cool is that?
He mentioned he's 75, which is crazy.
No way.
Yeah, he's 75 years old, and he's still killing it. So funny.
Did he have a blue denim shirt on?
He did not have a denim shirt on. He had the traditional kind of like suit. And
Oh wow, he dressed up for the thing.
Yeah, and it reminded me of when he used to do the monologue on his show.
Yeah.
He did a lot of those fun jokes, and but yeah, it was really good. I was really excited to see him because, like you said, he's getting up there a little bit, so you don't know if you're going to see him in person. So I was like,
He could be dead any time, right? I mean, we all could, right?
Well, that's true, but I was thinking more like maybe he just isn't going to travel as much.
Oh, sorry.
We can.
I kind of took it to the next step.
But either or. So anyway, that was a highlight of my week. It was really cool.
That is cool.
It was fun.
I'm just surprised that I had not heard that. That's kind of a big deal.
And the Brown County Music Event Center, I'd never been there before. It's great. It's a good size. And that town is I just love that town.
I wonder if Dave Wilson went. Dave knew Jay.
You know what? I should have asked that because Dave Wilson performs a lot in Brown County. So
Yeah.
I bet you he was.
But he did club stuff with Jay Leno.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I've heard he's still he worked the clubs forever. Jay Leno does.
Yeah, and
Still
then
does,
I think
actually,
Dave said something like, and then Jay made it big, and I kept doing clubs.
He has the most iconic jaw in the whole world.
Yeah.
His features.
Yeah, you okay? Heimlich. Heimlich.
He's getting
Heimlich. He's
emotional.
choking.
He is choking.
He's choking.
He's choking from the chicken
I
salad.
don't think
stole
he's
from
breathing.
you.
It's the Maggie bar.
I don't think he's breathing. Heimlich over here.
Did you put tape over Pat's face on your cup?
No, Pat's face over here.
Oh, you really?
I really respect Pat. He gives me a lot of trouble, but as far as marketing geniuses, when I take courses and I listen to these CFOs brag about their PR department and their marketing department, I said, you guys got nothing on a hardware store in Indianapolis. So I tell them the story, about how you got it from your dad, and all of a sudden we got trains. We've got different stores where we have Halloween and Pumpkin Town. And these guys are in awe. And so I tell them, I bet you've had some people in my marketing classes come down to see you. Because I brag on you.
Wow.
I use you as an example.
I hope they bought something.
I said he's a perfect butthead, but he really is
that's
smart.
Always, we always say, hey, come visit, see what we're doing, buy something.
Yeah.
Support local.
That's the big news at the store is Dippin' Dots.
Oh,
we're gonna
Dippin'
start
Dot ice
having
cream?
Dippin' Dots.
Oh.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
At Sully's or where?
No, it's right up by the register. They're.
Oh, in the cooler?
Yeah, we haven't filled it yet. We had to get the cooler. It's 40 below zero. Is how you have to store Dippin' Dots at.
Wow.
No, this is why they burn your tongue.
Oh,
How do you do
I'm
that?
not a fan of
I'm not either.
I know.
I mean, every
people
time
love
it's like
them.
my tongue, like I feel like it got
Yeah.
burnt. Well, it's 40 below zero.
Yeah, because they stick to your tongue, and then you have
Yeah.
to wait for it to melt. And
Where are you doing? How do you cool them down with liquid nitrogen? Where are you getting 40 degrees below zero?
They send you the cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on inside of it. All right.
Maybe we could raise
Good
the temperature
Lord.
a little bit and make them a little melty
I would bet anything.
for my benefit.
I would bet anything the refrigerant is ammonia gas.
It's a Dippin' Dot candy bar because they're all mashed together.
And it all
there's
happens
there's
at
lots
Sullivan
of dip,
Hardware.
just not a lot of dots.
Hey, coming up, we get to meet the very famous Manny Navarrete. Have you ever heard of Manny?
Manny? I have his rookie card.
He have his rookie card?
Yes, I do.
He still owes me money.
Gentleman came in,
He does?
stepped in. He's painted this whole freaking house on the inside. I don't know about the outside, but the inside for free to support the Eskenazi thing.
That is very cool.
This is a cool guy, and
Bet
we're
he
going to
used-
have him at 11:15.
I bet he used old mismixed paint that he had.
He didn't use old paint. He used real paint.
That's what they do. Then
When
they-
is
then
paint
it's a
old?
right-
How long does paint? What's the shelf life of a paint? If you open a
good
paint
question.
and then you keep it in your garage, stored away, and then you decide you need to do some touch up.
But
how old
you've
is
opened it one time.
Right.
Oh, maybe 3 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because
I don't know.
it'll start to the components will start to stink, and it'll
What should it
work, but
smell
it
like?
starts to smell. It smells like.
That's why we keep it in a can. It doesn't stink outside. It
Yeah.
stinks inside.
Couldn't you put maybe like a couple drops of vanilla in it?
That's not a bad idea.
We're going to ask Manny that question because he's a
Not
pro's
bad idea.
pro.
He knows. I bet he knows.
Does he play shortstop? What's he play?
Oh, on his rookie card?
Yeah.
He just said bench warmer on the rookie card.
BW.
But I mean,
oh my God.
But then I don't know. I didn't get the other cards after that.
You didn't get the cards after
Hey,
that.
what do you do with old paint?
What do you do with old painters?
Well, how do you get rid of it?
Oh,
you
you know
take
what?
it to recycling
Can you just dump it in
people.
the creek?
No.
Yeah.
What's the
Well-
matter with you?
Now, the right way is to take it and get it recycled. The wrong way would be just throw it in the dumpster.
You recycle paint?
No, I just throw it away.
No.
Goes to the incinerator.
You know what? By the way, that's for the
Hey,
future.
we got to
anyway, and
stop
will we
giving
be
out
here?
bad
No.
information.
I will, hopefully.
We'll ask
maybe.
Manny. Manny knows everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're coming right. Oh, wait. This is early. We are going to break early.
I know. Well, you screwed poor
Oh.
Ethan back in the
How
station.
long do you
so
stir the
many-
paint
that.
before it's ready to go on the wall?
Well, ask Manny.
Well, you know
Manny
what?
knows everything.
We shake it like 9 seconds.
Have you ever
in our
seen
high
Manny
speed-
and then
shake?
and that's shaking
Manny
enough.
can shake with anything. You don't need those paint
Hey,
shakers. You just give it to
easy.
Manny. He'll shake that
Easy.
paint.
You're going to scare him away before we even talk
yeah.
to him.
And plus, you're overselling him. I mean, you're making him sound he could be a complete doofus.
Uh-oh.
Do
Is
you
he
really
sta- is
think
he
that the
around us?
ladies
Is he
would let a
standing around
doofus in this place?
What's that? Hey, I know a lot of doofuses that can paint.
I work with
Okay.
one.
So
Remember
yeah,
our producer, Little Eddie? He was
Little
a painter
Eddie,
of
he
the
was.
stars in town.
Yeah.
Just took one paint job, and then those people told the next people, and then before you know it, he was painting the maestros paint
Really?
homes. Yeah. He really was a painter.
Yeah,
He
he
But he
obviously-
was a producer here. He would come with us on remotes and
You obviously didn't know
engineer.
priority painting at the time, Manny.
and the thing is with Eddie, back in the day,
Little Eddie, God rest his soul. He's
God
passed
rest
away.
his soul, and you know what? He used a lot of oil.
Oil?
A lot of oil-based paint
You mean like?
makes you goofy. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
Eddie sucked in a lot of oil-based fumes.
What I remember about Eddie
That's
is
why we couldn't stay on the air. I mean, when he was engineering.
we heard that power
Shows
was
are more
out
fun.
and that somebody had knocked out power to this one neighborhood. And,
In Westfield.
and
Westfield.
he drove away with the mast up on
He
our
sure
broadcast thing and took out power to at least 3 neighborhoods.
He did.
But here's
Bless
the-
his
here's
heart.
the-
There's
He's lucky he didn't get
great
electrocuted.
stories about Little Eddie.
Here's the interesting thing. We were at it was an energy, like Save Energy conference or a fair.
Yeah,
energy
like an Earth Day
fair
kind of thing.
Yeah. So we were out there. We were outside. It was by the Menards, kind of up there in Westfield. And then that was at the time where, before the internet, we would shoot our signal back to the station, right?
Yep.
So we have this thing, and it's a mast that's way up there. And that's what Denny said. He drove off with the thing up and pulled a power line down.
Oh, my gosh.
So I had left, and we had live news all day long, and they were reporting the story of a power outage in Westfield that they didn't know. The newsroom didn't know that we caused it.
It was our fault.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
It was a slow news day.
The restaurants were out.
Everything
I mean,
was out.
everything was closed.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh, how embarrassing.
but when you think about it,
Little Eddie.
when you think about
He was so cute.
what we were trying to do and promote energy savings, we did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
Full
we
circle.
saved by taking those power lines down. Think of the energy was saved that day.
Right. So
All
it's a
right.
good thing.
Wow.
We're gonna take a break, but when we get the
So I don't feel bad
famous
about that at
Manny's
all.
coming in now, man.
Okay. All right. Remember, he's a doofus. It's on
He's
you.
not. I guarantee you, this
You
man's
don't
not a
know that.
doofus.
Look at
A
him.
man does not donate weeks and weeks of his time out of the generations. He's not a doofus.
You don't know.
You owe me a quarter.
I'm telling you that.
Manny,
lots of
you let me
questions.
down.
He looks like he's.
I'm coming for
He
you.
looks like he's on the spray paint.
Yeah.
We're coming right back with more 93 WIBC.
Executive orders are flying.
Instituting reciprocal tariffs. They do.
Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skimming stones. Had a no-go Chevy and a place of my own, but the
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome, Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy. Allison is over in the sun. We are here at the 64th annual St. Margaret's Hospital Guild's Decorators Showhouse and Gardens, and that is located on Pennsylvania Street at 56, 76, something like that.
The easiest way to get off Meridian is take 57th Street, go east, just about a block or two, and you'll be right at Penn.
And it is open right now. It is $35 online, I think, and $40 at the door. We recommend paying at the door because the money goes to a great cause at, where's it go to, Denny? I can't say Eskenazi.
Well, you did. It's
Just did.
Eskenazi, and it's the mental health center, and it's focused. The ladies at St. Margaret's Guild have pledged $1 million over 4 years, and some of it comes by way of the tickets, some of it comes by way of sponsorships. Manny Navarrete from Priority Painting, clearly it was an unbelievable gift of $15,000 to, I'm going to guess, $16,000, $18,000 worth of painting. And Manny joins us right now. Hey, Manny, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Did you paint it by yourself, or did you have help?
No, all me.
All you.
24/7.
How'd you get sucked in?
Oh, man. Two pretty ladies came up to me and I explained.
Yeah, that was it.
Same thing. It always happens.
All right, so you're a sucker for a pretty lady.
Hey.
It's beautiful workmanship. I am really impressed. Roll, paint, it's just everything in there.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a combination of things. So we also did some wallpapering for a couple of designers in there.
So do you get jobs where now you have to strip wallpaper?
Every now and then, yeah.
You hate that?
No, I don't hate it. It's
Really?
you got to do what you got to do. So
What's the secret for anybody that's bought a home that has not used the newest kind of wallpaper, the peel and stick, but now using that old wallpaper? What's the trick to get it off the best way?
Really, there's no trick. You just got to get down and dirty.
Do you have any fingernails left? Let me see. Yeah. They're all gone, man.
Well, sometimes some respond really well to steaming.
Exactly.
Oh.
And then, but some do.
Steaming?
Your wallpaper steamer?
So you got to go get one of those machines.
Yeah, you have to rent them.
But what about diff or this stuff that you sell?
And then some respond really well to some of the chemicals.
Right. And you have to, they sell these
the paper tiger.
There you go.
And the thing, that was what somebody, was it Lynn, was talking about using the paper, too aggressive with the paper tiger, and then it punches the drywall.
No, that was Sally. Sally Lord was talking about that.
It's kind of funny because Lynn looks like that's something that she would do.
No.
I mean, she shows up here with no socks. So,
all right.
you would think, right? Am I wrong?
She's talking about Lynn smiling.
Priority painting and finishes. So it's not just paint. Do you also do?
He does finishes.
We finish stuff. So we do wallpapering, we do lime washing, interior, exterior, and some of the decorative finishes.
How long have you been in business?
We've been in business for 24 years. My dad founded the company, and then I've took over about 7 to 8 years ago after leaving nursing.
Yeah.
Didn't leave nursing because I hated it, by the way.
You know what? No, I say that because it's like, male nurses are badly needed all the time.
Yeah, I see my professors all the time, and they're like, "What do you mean you're painting?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I know.
You were probably making more money doing this, right?
Doing what? Nursing?
No. Painting.
Yeah, there's a little bit more freedom as well. Than being.
Yeah, but some of the nurses shift those. I love is it 312s or something like that. I kind of like that. I work long days anyways. I thought, wow, you get 4 days off? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. Nurses Week is coming up. National Nurses Week, I think, is in the next week or two.
What type of nursing did you do? We'll get back to painting and stuff, but what type of nursing? Emergency room? Where were you?
ER was my jam. I did intensive care as well. I like that. My mom, she was born with a heart disease, so I was always in that, atmosphere. So surrounded by that all the time. So
like when you go out and paint somewhere, do you do just like a blood pressure check and stuff?
Maybe vaccination.
I mean, just kind of like you throw that in, kind of like, I mean, not like a big thing where you're, checking for hernias, but I mean, just like, blood pressure,
Absolutely.
temperature
it's an added
check.
bonus to the, the whole consultation.
I'm sorry.
While you're talking about, waterborne paint and what kind of sheen do you want on the? Open your mouth, please.
That's right.
Okay, we're going to do semi-gloss on the trim.
All right. Did the ladies
do you
let
have
you?
any shingle shots in your car?
What was that?
Shingle shots?
Yeah, I
do you have those in your
Yeah.
car?
got a bag.
This is a bag.
Terry heard that it's over 50 or under 50 now. Hey, listen, did you get to pick out any color? And of all the paintings, did you pick out a single color as Manny Neverett? Priority painting.
He doesn't care.
Did not.
You did not.
No. I let ladies and designers deal with that.
Okay, so they give you the chip or they give you the code.
Yes.
You go do it. Did anybody yell at you because it was the wrong color?
No. We actually clean
it.
record. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
What are the colors that are really hot this year? We've been talking about earlier, they were more the mauves and the people who want on their interiors. What colors are you seeing?
I'm seeing those colors, but more than anything, rather than just colors, we're seeing the color drenching. So everything.
What's that?
Color drenching, walls, baseboards, ceilings are going to be the same color.
You know what Sally said? That's the fifth wall, the ceiling. It's the fifth wall.
Yeah, we were talking about wallpaper on their ceilings now.
What do you think about that? I bet you look at that and go, "This is awesome," because they're going to get sick of this. This is repeat business. Right here, this color drenching.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're thinking?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
It's going to change.
I bet you jump on every. I bet you're probably promoting mauve. And I have a foundation it's called No to Mauve. .org.
.org. Okay.
Yeah.
Manny, does your daddy still work with you?
He is more of a background. So the reason why I took over is because he was looking to retire.
Yeah.
So
because he painted with oil.
We're all bosses'
right?
sons too.
Or-
His was hardware. Mine was plumbing and heating. Yours was painting.
Yeah. He looks at. He just gets upset when we're not putting in the checks on the bank account. That's when he gets more involved.
That sounds like my dad. Did you know Manny and I were related?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's exactly what your daddy said
but
too.
I bet your dad, in that 24 years, the advancement in the equipment, the sprays, the low pressure sprayers and stuff, it just makes it, so much more professional.
Absolutely, but he never used. He used sprayers every now and then. But now, as he retired, that's when we started using more of the spraying, the new technology, stuff like that. But I don't think it's changed that much, to be honest. As far as like wall painting. Brush and roll.
Yeah. Manny Navarrete from Priority Painting and Finishes has joined us. If you need a good painter, this is no kidding. You ought to see the workmanship in here, the lines and whatever. What's your favorite frog tape? What type of tape do you use for?
Well, there's no favorite. There's different tapes for different situations.
Oh, okay.
Yellow is delicate surfaces, so if you just recently painted something.
You know what's in frog tape, Manny?
Do I know what's in frog
tape?
Yep.
I don't think we want to know, do we?
I feel
you
like
do.
Yeah.
No, I do. It's because we sell it. It's the same material that's in diapers.
Yes.
It's the same stuff in diapers, so because it absorbs and so it keeps a nice straight line rather than bleeds over.
That's a good invention.
I didn't know that.
Quick tip: if you're trying to get those sharp lines, you put the tape down, and then you grab a rag that's a little bit wet. You run it through that, and then it builds up just like a diaper. It builds up, so it creates that that boundary. So that way you get those sharp lines.
That's a great
You're right.
tip.
Wow.
That's a great pro
We're
tip.
gonna have a new segment called Manny's Moments.
Manny's
Manny's
Moments.
Moments.
Great pro tips. Okay, these guys told me, because I was wondering about old paint that's been in our garage for a while. How long does that paint last?
Depends on the winter.
I opened it up one
If
time.
If there's not a controlled climate or temperature, that paint's going to be ruined.
What's the ideal place to store your paint?
Somewhere where there's temperature controlled.
Which is meaning, like, are you saying 55 and above?
Yeah, it can't freeze.
Yeah, it can't freeze.
But even if it doesn't, Terry, there's a shelf life because the I want to say latex, but it's not. It goes bad.
Is it the binders?
It just goes bad?
Yeah, it goes bad.
And how do you know it's bad? Other than is it the smell only?
The smell is one thing. It's a really strong smell, but it'll also get clumpy. It kind of separates.
Exactly.
Okay. And then what do we do with it? What's the best place to get rid of it?
Here's what I don't know,
quirk was
man, if you
good.
do the same thing I do. I just put it in the neighbor's trash.
I actually do that, or
Yeah. Because I don't want to get caught.
Random neighborhoods too. Just pop in.
Just drop a gallon off here and there.
Yeah.
Manny, how do people get in touch with Priority Painting and Finishes? You're the real deal, and it was gracious of what you did here. Thank you. But how do they get in touch with you?
Thank you. Instagram at Priority Painting Indie is the easiest way.
What if you only have Facebook?
It's the same name. So there you go. Made it easy for everybody.
Because I'm older.
Yeah.
Are you on TikTok too?
No, we don't do TikTok.
You don't do phone numbers, do you?
we do. 317-484-0199.
If I said spill the tea, what does that mean to you?
Oh my
If I
gosh.
tell you to spill the tea, what do you want to know?
Spill the tea.
What do you want to know?
I want to know what's going on.
secrets about-
Yeah.
know.
Spill the
Who fought
Wanna
with
know
See,
about-
look at Matilda
wanna know
come
about
alive
some
over
of
here.
the-
She knows what
some of the
spill the
ladies.
tea
What's
is.
going on in there?
Oh boy, brother Ben.
So what happens? Some of those late nights that you're rolling, you're rolling.
Manny, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
a dark color, maybe mauve-ish like.
Oh, because you love that.
Romance is in the air.
Oh boy.
Hey,
All right.
Manny, we give
Good
everybody
to see
a
you, Manny.
going-away present. This happens to be Maggie bars from the Maggie Bar.
Don't give away my Maggie bar.
You already ate his lunch, Denny.
No, yeah, thanks.
No, there's
Now you're
another
giving
Maggie.
away-
I'm giving it to
Tell
Manny.
Manny to go get his own Maggie bar.
No, he's good. Manny,
We
thanks
already-
for everything.
We already promoted priority painting.
There's your
now
Maggie bar,
Now you're
fool.
giving them food.
That was
No, that's
mine.
yours.
Now you just get you. Manny's got
You
your
get a
Maggie
cookie.
bar.
I don't want a cookie.
Okay, well, then you have the cookie, and then you have
There goes
the
my
Maggie
Maggie bar.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Just talk?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Just scream.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Pat Sullivan along with my friend Denny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons, and we are joined by a very special young lady named Matilda.
Matilda.
Hi, Matilda.
Hi.
So you left the house dressed properly with some Chuck, what do they call them?
Taylors.
Chuck Taylors?
Converse.
You have socks on.
I do. I have
Unlike your
socks.
mother.
I know.
How do you let your mothers out of the house like that on a cold morning?
I don't know. I would wear her shoes though, because those are my favorite.
They are,
shoes
but
she owns.
not on a 40-degree day. Were you embarrassed for her?
No, not really, because
No?
at least her toes were painted.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise, that would not be it.
I don't think they were painted. I think they were blue from cold. So, where did you go to school?
I go to Northview Middle School.
Northview, the Eagles, right?
Or the Falcons. So close.
Maybe they used to be in the olden days. They were.
I know there's Eastwood Eagles. That's
you know what? That's exactly what I was thinking of. How's the new school?
It's really nice. It's really big,
Is it?
spacious.
You know, my property taxes went up $12,000. I hope you're really enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to have next in your school so
Yeah.
we can raise the taxes
Do you have
even higher? Do you have a pool?
I think we should do another referendum for you guys. What do you need? Like
A pool?
Yeah,
Well, how
I'll take
about-
a pool. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a pool?
Well, it's in middle school. But
Well,
I know the high school
know,
does.
but you know what? There's nothing that you kids shouldn't have. I say we do a referendum for a pool. What
Okay.
do you have a lounge or anything?
We have LGIs where it's like
Large
relaxing
group
areas.
instruction.
I don't know what it stands for.
That's what it stood for in the 70s.
Oh, fun.
Okay, so we're gonna get your pool. We're gonna
That
get
sounds
your
like me
pool.
talking to
What
him.
else? There's got to be other things that you need.
Let's see.
Because we anything we can
What
do
about
to
your
raise our
football
property
stadium? Do you
taxes.
actually have
Do you
just
have
a
a
football
stadium?
field, or do you have a football stadium?
Well, we have a track, and in the middle of a track is like a football area. So like,
so you could use a football.
But do you have
area.
stands?
Sure.
Is there stands?
there's small ones, not.
Okay,
there's, like,
so
one or
maybe
two.
some bigger ones with heated seats.
Oh, that'd be
Because there's-
bougie.
You know
Okay.
what we could call them? Sullivan's stands.
Okay.
Everything needs a sponsorship,
Yeah.
right? So maybe
Yeah.
Sullivan's could sponsor you some new stands.
As long as as long as I'm pouring money into Washington Township, I
Might as well.
want to do that for useless stuff rather than teachers.
Yeah.
You know.
Should-
So how do you like school?
Oh, I like it. It's really fun. I
All right,
really like it.
All right, spill the tea. What's going on over there for real?
Spill the tea.
Well, I mean, it's great. There's nothing really bad about it.
What's your homeroom teacher?
My homeroom teacher is my math teacher, who's Miss Rio.
Miss?
Miss Rio.
Miss Rio?
R-E-H-O.
Yeah.
So
I've heard
shout
some-
out to Miss Rio.
I've heard some things about her. Have you heard any of it?
No.
No, you haven't?
No.
Oh, let me tell you. Look at her little eyes. No, he knows nothing about Miss Rio. Don't you look at the? Don't get scared.
I'm just saying this. I'm surprised she has a license. Okay.
Oh, that's not true. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know. He only knows about Catholic teachers.
Well, you know what? She used to be a Catholic school teacher.
Wow.
Now that's why she had to go public.
Don't you let him worry you one little bit.
She doesn't seem
What grade
worried.
are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
You're in
so-
8th grade. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You have extracurricular activities that you enjoy?
I used to do show choir, but like season for me ended. So I did show choir at North Central.
Oh wow.
With Northside Sound. So.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Do
cool.
you, what would you think if we took your phone away from you during the middle of the day in school?
Well, I don't bring my phone to school, so
You're
I mean,
amazing.
I
you are
wouldn't-
one in a million.
Everyone right there.
Right there. Yeah. It's amazing.
Everyone is crying. Everyone here that's there there's tears streaming down.
Is that your choice?
I feel like it's both of our choices because I don't use my locker, so I don't like have a place to put it either way. So I just like don't use it.
What's the rule at school?
We're not allowed to have our phones on us in the class, and we have to keep them in our lockers.
Is that
See,
the
that's
same?
good.
Is that the same at North Central?
I think, well, most people at North Central don't use lockers, so I think you just have to keep them in your bag. But I know that during non-instructional times, you can go on it, just like during when the teacher's like talking or something, you can't go on it.
Okay.
Sounds fishy to me. All right, so I
Doesn't sound fishy. I think it's interesting.
I
think
do
it's what they're doing.
Pilates right there by North Central. So I watch and I see what these kids are wearing to school.
Why are you looking at
And
the
it's
kids going to
awful.
school?
Whoa.
Because I literally
Are you in-
get stopped by the buses.
Oh.
And there's a lot of walkers that they get dropped off in the parking lot of the Pilates place. So they're dressed like trash. So what would you say to a uniform shirt and a good pair of like long pants?
Like the Catholic schools?
So,
Exactly.
well, I used to at my old school. it like separated from middle school. But I used to have to wear a uniform, and I'd have to wear like a collared shirt with like, it's not.
It's dreamy.
It's not my thing.
Isn't it kind of nice though? You don't have to think
You don't
about
have to
what
think
you have
about
to
it.
Yeah, but like it doesn't give people more freedom, Because
You don't need freedom.
Well,
you
I
need
feel
to
like
learn.
A lot of people like express themselves with like what they wear.
No, they
So,
can express themselves on their own time. When you're in school, you're there to learn, young lady.
I mean,
well,
he just doesn't want them wearing pajama pants, is what he's saying.
we're not allowed to wear pajama pants at my school.
Okay.
It's one
So
of the
there's
only rules we
some
have.
rules.
Thank God
Yeah.
for that, huh?
Yeah. I mean, in this day and age, right?
All right.
You can have some rules. Few rules.
Okay, what if we did this and like we do another referendum?
Oh boy.
So that would raise our taxes more, so that we could give you a whole wardrobe
A whole wardrobe.
of appropriate wear.
Every student.
What's that?
Dippin' Dot
Every
Day?
student then would get.
Yeah, every student.
The mom over here
You
says.
sponsor
yeah.
Dippin' Dots?
What's that?
You sponsor Dippin' Dots?
Sponsor.
No, we're going to sell them at the store.
Oh,
Gonna sell 'em.
okay. I love Dippin' Dots. It's so good.
See, you know that they are stored at 40 degrees below zero. That's why they
Really?
burn your tongue.
Okay.
I think they're kind of weird.
I love them. I
Do
always
you?
get them when I go to like parks and
But
stuff.
don't they burn your tongue?
I mean, I haven't had them like before COVID, but I don't know. Do they? I never
They kind of like
noticed.
stick to your tongue.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
To let it melt a little bit.
Tilda,
Yeah.
what are they teaching you in school? What's your favorite subject?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do
Do
you
you
have
like
any-
math?
Do you have any boys that you're fond of?
Do you like?
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
boy, I knew boys were coming. I knew boys were coming
Well,
around
you know.
the corner. He was gonna.
Well, she's at that age.
I
And you know, the
am.
boys, the problem with the boys at that age is when they start to stink.
Yeah, some
Right?
of them they do.
They start
Or
to
they
smell.
overcorrect and
Smell
use a
like-
little
yeah.
too much.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. They smell like onions.
Onions.
Yeah.
That's
Teenage boys smell like onions. It's weird.
they do. Some do. Smell
Don't you
like
think?
Yo.
Onions.
I mean, maybe not onions, but I say that weird, by the way. But maybe not. Maybe not that, but definitely.
An
definitely
odor?
something. Yeah.
I have a question. What's the new phrase that
Yeah.
that you guys are using? Because I know I'm trying to think of any Riz. That's kind of
Riz,
out,
yeah.
right?
Kind of. Yeah. People say it.
You know
sometimes.
what? You know what I have found is when I'm aware of a word, that's when it's out.
Exactly.
And
I'm aware of
and
it.
all of a sudden
and
I
you
know
are.
Riz.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know
well,
Riz.
I can teach
so
you guys some if you
it's
want.
probably
Yeah.
gone.
We'd like to hear a few.
A few? Okay. Let's see. Some I say a lot. I say like clock your tea. That means like
What's that mean?
Clock.
I don't know how to explain it really, but it's just like
How
kind
do
of
you
like
use
good
it?
job,
Put it in
but
a
like
sentence. Can you put it in a sentence?
sentence like if someone's like this is so random. If someone was like I did my first ever like backflip or something, I'll be like clock or like something like that. Kind of like a
Why?
good
Why do you
job.
like-
Is it
but,
like bet? Like
kind of like bet? Kind of, but like it's more like
Wait a minute.
good job. Like
Wait, you're answering with
Congrats.
another word.
Yeah,
that I don't
I'm
know.
getting there. I'm getting
bet
there.
is like bet. Where it's
Agree.
like yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's like
so
what?
clock is like
Cool.
okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
that's
Why do you
cool.
say that? Why
Good
not
job.
Just, okay,
I don't
see
know.
you.
Because it's
I don't
easier.
know where
It's
these even
quick.
come from. Like
Why do you have
clock.
to be? Why does it only have to be one word? What's wrong with just saying "Hey, cool" or "You did it, yay"?
Yeah,
Why
but
do-
cool,
No,
cool
it's-
used to be
And
the,
who
the
said?
word.
Who invented the word?
I don't
clock?
know. I don't know
Like, where's
where
that
all
come
the
from?
words come from. I feel like TikTok. Like I feel like
Is
they
it
make a
TikTok?
lot.
Clock. That's I haven't heard that one. Okay.
Yeah,
Clock.
let's
What's
see.
another one?
I say eat a lot. And that's
What
kinda
is
also
it?
kinda
Eat?
eat, like eat, like you ate that up. You ate and left no crumbs.
Oh, I
That's
have.
just like yeah,
You ate and left no,
no crumbs. That means like
Please
you
explain
did
that.
And how do you-
amazing and like you killed it. Like if you eat and leave no crumbs, it's just like you ate like
the whole thing.
the whole thing. Like yeah,
You ate the whole thing, the whole pie.
I mean yeah.
Anything.
Or it
So-
could be
like-
anything, right? It
like-
doesn't have to be food. It
Yeah,
could
if
be,
you like
wow, you
yeah, if you like win
you ate
an
that
award,
and left no crumbs.
you like eat and left no crumbs.
Well,
that could have been on a
Yeah,
test.
that's a regular sentence, though, isn't it? Really? I mean, you ate and you.
Just trying to get through this segment, get this kid off.
I was going to say,
she's
this
scaring
is
the
our
hell
best
out of me,
one.
okay?
Let's get one more and then we'll
Do
go.
you have one
Okay.
more?
Okay,
One
my
more.
favorite one is big back.
Big back.
Big back.
What's
Big
that
back.
mean?
So a big back is someone who
Cam's
eats.
laughing at us. Our engineer.
A big back is someone who eats a lot of food. Okay, so like if like at Thanksgiving
I'm
or
a big
something.
back.
Yeah, I'm a big back too. I take it. It's okay. But like
What did you say?
I am a big back.
I'm a
so
big
it's
back.
like
No, I eat a lot.
like
I eat a lot and I left no crumbs.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
I eat a
Okay.
lot and I know someone's on a big back.
Big bag.
Yeah. So like
I'm
if you
spilling
at
the tea.
Thanksgiving, if you like eat like
All of it?
10 plates, like all the food, you're a big back. Just
Big
yeah, big back.
Is that
Big
a gentle
back in
way
it.
of saying you're a hog?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
A gentle
a
way
little
of saying
bit.
I'm a hog, man.
But you're
I ate all
bragging
the
about it.
food.
You're like you're proud of it.
Yeah, like big back is. You should be proud of being a big back.
Use that in a sentence.
Like, I'm such a big back today. I ate a whole freaking pie. Like,
I
big
don't-
back.
This is a lot.
Well, she just
really
ate and
wild.
left no crumbs.
I just
she
don't
did great.
understand. I don't know what was wrong with the other language.
You know, I think we should, people of Washington Township, I think we should do a referendum and start the King's English.
Clock.
Clock. That's so clock.
I'm a quick learner.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
All right.
But I
You guys are
love
embarrassing me.
that we're embarrassing Allison. Who's like, that's too bad. I'm so sorry.
All right.
I'm just a clock.
So,
yes, I don't know.
Could you
Big
throw
back
it?
clock.
Could you throw it to break using a
Yeah.
word? You know, like what we want to say is, "Hey, we're coming right back." So
Yeah.
how would you say that?
Okay. Let's see. So like a slang word.
Yeah.
I mean like BRB, but that's like kind of old now. Like
A BRB.
BRB.
Oh, be right back.
Be right back.
Say it,
Hey,
John.
BRB.
Don't worry, our audience is really old.
Yeah. Okay.
They won't
it's
even
okay.
get
So
that.
you're just gonna say BRB 93 WIBC.
Say
Do
it.
Right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. BRB W9.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait,
Close.
Whatever. It's great.
Just BRB.
BRB.
93 WIBC.
Another update is just minutes away.
9 people dead in Kyiv.
70 missiles and 150 drones. Peace talks stalled.
Shows Russia.
That is to save it up and mix it in with your concrete. The next time you have a job to do, like setting a fence post or whatnot, just use your latex paint instead of the water. You can substitute up to 50% paint for water, and no problem whatsoever. Actually, there's some added benefit. In addition to the color, you get the effect of the acrylic. It's like adding or putting in additives. So it's well worth it. Even if you don't have a big project, go get a bag of Saccrete from Sullivan's and mix up some with your paint and form the concrete into lawn ornaments,
stepping
or,
stones. Stepping stones.
Yeah, there you go. So
there you go.
Good idea.
All right, Jack.
There you go.
Appreciate it. Up next, we have.
Wait a minute. Why is this beat up Denny today?
Well, because it's just the thing.
I mean, you got the callers doing it, Pat.
Yeah, well, callers are listening. Who's next, Ethan?
We have Jack.
Did we just? Is another Jack?
Two Jacks. Hi, Jack.
No, I just spoke to you. So.
Oh.
Actually, wait,
Hang
kidding.
up, Jack.
Let's go with Steve.
Steve.
Pat, you know what they call a referendum in the Catholic Church?
No.
The second collection.
There we go.
Boom.
We were missing some jokes today.
And one other thing. I was in Bainbridge at the Casey's in Bainbridge on US 36 yesterday, and I told the kid I sure like the breakfast pizza with bacon on it, and he said, that's 12 o'clock. Just like your previous guest there.
We didn't catch it. Ethan was talking in our ears, Steve. Could you? Well, I guess everybody else heard it. You can tell me later.
And the last thing is, I got a bunch of grass because it's tall and wet and all clumped up in my lawn. Is it best just to wait for it to dry off and then get the blower on it to dispense it off the grass? Is that the best way to do that, Pat?
Yeah. If it's is it because your grass was too long or something?
Yeah, too long and too wet.
Yeah. So let it dry out and then just run the mower over the top of it. You don't really have to blow it around. Just chop it up. Steve, we got to run, man. Thanks. Hey, thanks to everyone who had us out here at this year's Decorator Show House. I hope you get a chance to come on out here because it's for a great cause and you're going to see a great house. Abdul's coming up next right here on 93 WIBC.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios.